our spectators will enjoy the contest in the spirit of good sportsmanship.
Can you hear me?
Our sportsmanship policy includes proper fan behavior. The use of profanity and inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated at any student-centered events or high school athletic contests. We request that persons refrain from booing officials, coaches, cheerleaders, or players, and that all official decisions be accepted as part of the game. We, the students and athletes of Wethersfield High School, are proud of our school and want to extend a warm welcome to our guests from Daniel.
So should I start?
A reminder, there's no smoking on school property. The laboratories are located on the hill
We are live
near the
start again. My name is James Clark. Alongside me tonight, as always, is Josh, Barbara. Josh, we're here for the game in honor of Maven. Willow lost her battle with cancer back in 2017. Tonight we honor her. Taking out number 1, Daniel Hand. This really is a big game in more than one way. You've got the game honoring Maven, which is big in its own right, town-wide, and then we have the statewide. You have the number 1 team,
We'd like to thank our game sponsor, the
showing up
Hartford Healthcare Rehabilitation Network,
and now I'll also hand it over to Josh for our player spotlight this evening.
We'd like to thank them for their support of the Wethersfield football team this year.
Thompson. This guy
as a
absolutely
game
went off
sponsor, as well as their continued efforts to keep our boys healthy.
6 or 7 tackles and 2
on that
sacks
field.
within those 6 or 7 tackles. He went absolutely like offset. So the big thing that they're going to need tonight from him is to get into the backfield and get some sacks, get the football, get fumbles, get all that stuff, and they're just gonna come. I gotta figure out how to turn off this auto power off. All you need to do is like zoom it and it goes off, but I'm going to try and figure out how to turn that off. So this one's not on right now.
Very quickly. There's no time for mistakes. Remember
it's right there.
We didn't stream it here on YouTube, but
oh, okay. You have double of this. Yeah, you have the same shot on both.
No, I don't.
Did you switch it? There are 2 different shots. This was the preview.
No. There's no room for that now.
The preview monitor is set up. It's fine. All right. I just need to turn the auto power off for a second. Sorry.
I just flip it.
Not the nation.
I mean, not the nation. Sorry. I'm not sure how to do this. We need to turn off.
They look like they belonged in a college.
They have us inside. And that is the highlights. And the locker is like, there we go. Now I'm going to switch it.
Well, I remember I was
show you what I just did over here. And I give you a heads up. You're going to go into the menu. Remember how to do that?
We'd like to announce our starting lineup for Wethersfield at quarterback Matt Silver.
And then that way it won't go into
wide receiver number 14 Connor Pace. Wide receiver number 3 Zach Zerzola. Wide receiver number 2 Rory Stickley. Number 87 Dylan Zerbelis. Number 21, Johnny Orsini. Number 53, Sam Marchio. Number 54, Jake Whitaker. Number 58, Ryan Salemi. Number 50, Nate Estefanos. And number 56, Ryan Barassi. Tonight we are honoring a special girl and family, Maven Elaine Borgen, who is a very special girl who passed away after a brave battle against a rare pediatric brain tumor. Maven was spunky, she was fearless, adventurous, sweet, and compassionate. She was dearly loved by her family, friends, teachers, and eventually by the entire Wethersfield community and Wethersfield High School football team. Many of the senior boys on this team were fortunate enough to develop a close relationship with Maven and her family. This team will never forget how she touched their lives. We would like to thank everyone who has donated a toy in her memory, including the players and families from Daniel Hand High School. It is truly appreciated. Tonight, we are dedicating this game to Maven.
So certainly the implications for tonight's game are massive, not only town-wide but statewide. We've even seen some of these celebrities among the CIAC sports area. As you know, big-time editor, Splash Productions. If you haven't heard of him, he makes a lot of the CIAC edits. He's got press passes from just about every event you can think of. He's here, so you know this is a big game. It was, I believe, voted for as a game of the week earlier on the news. We saw them here. So there are cameras, there's glitz and glamour, and it's all right in the Eagles' face for week number 3.
And you got to think right now, the Eagles going into this game very nervous, but at the same time very excited to get out there and hopefully take this one home, because you know that Daniel Hand will never hear the end of it if the Eagles win tonight.
Well, I mean, beating Daniel Hand, not to downplay the Eagles, but beating Daniel Hand is certainly no small task. I mean, if you look at the stats from the past 2 seasons, they haven't allowed more than 21 points in a single game all last season, and so far all this season. 2 very big wins against 2 very good teams in the state of Connecticut. They're a sure shot favorite to go ahead and not only make the CIAC playoffs, but also win the Class L championship once again this year. But we have something here that may never be replicated again. A beautiful night in Wethersfield. Week number 3, a 2-0 Eagles team going up against a 2-0 Tigers team out of Madison, Connecticut. And this is a game where if they win, they will be known as the best team in the state of Connecticut if they pull off a win. But it's also what I call a win-win scenario for this. The Eagles pull off even close to a win. Even if they come out with a loss, they're considered one of the best teams in Connecticut if they make it close. To get blown out, really no one can talk down to them because everyone has already seen it coming, given that this team hasn't lost in, I believe, a total of 2, maybe 3 seasons.
Yeah, and with just you saying that, I'm speechless. This team, that just says how good this team is.
They have mics.
I mean, they have been the #1 team in Connecticut for years and years.
You would rather have
and for them to come into the Eagles' house
here
with an amazing atmosphere and an amazing group of fans. And, you know, it's just... All right, over to you, Jimmie.
All right, well, we do have a great fan base. Speaking of that, just some fan adornment here. Right here in Cottone. If you haven't noticed, we are right next to the press box on the left side. And tonight is really a special night for Wethersfield. And I would really love to see this place become an electric factory like it did when they played Platt and opened with the whiteout. This place, if you remember, if you listened on Castbox, where unfortunately tonight's game won't be posted due to an error on my part, but also, if you remember listening to that game, and if you haven't listened to it, go back after this game. Listen to when the first touchdown was scored, the first field goal was scored. These guys, this whole stadium came alive. It was an electric factory. You could hear the noise from just about every direction, everywhere. And it was just such an amazing night to be here for that game against Platt and to see a win like they did in the 4th quarter. Do you think the Eagles have enough gas in the tank for tonight's game to pull off something like last week against Platt?
They definitely do. This is going to be amazing. I'll get back to that, but the band is about to play and blow our eardrums out.
All right. The Pride of Wethersfield Eagles marching band preparing to play, and always a treat when you see them prepare. The Eagles football team appears to be marching down through the gates. They'll get ready to enter. Eagles wearing, of course, the blue jerseys, blue lettering, white trim, with blue helmets and a white eagle on top. Platt wearing white jerseys, gold helmet, black lettering, gold trim. Very nice uniforms for this Platt team. And now it looks like the Wethersfield Eagles are about to enter. And here come the Wethersfield Eagles.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Wethersfield Eagles.
So tonight, carrying the American flag was number 14, Captain Connor Pace, and carrying the Eagles football flag was number 50, and Nathaniel Estefanos. You're going to hear us fumble a lot. This is live, folks, so you're going to hear a lot of stumbles, but you can just look down at the 50-yard line where the Eagles are. You can see there's cameras just about all over the place tonight. There's even us with our own cameras here tonight, which is something we haven't done in years, might I add. We haven't done a football broadcast in years. When they were on WCTV, the public access station, and now we're back here on the Blue Eagles channel, getting ready to do football.
Exactly, and on top of that, down there is Fox 61. I don't think the Eagles have been in this much, in a spotlight this big since they won the conference championships in 2013, 2014, 2015.
And what a team that was to go 3 back-to-back conference championships. Ever since the end of 2015, or even at the end of 2016, they've been looking to replicate that feeling forever, essentially. And it looks like the teams are getting ready for the coin toss.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to invite Maven's parents, Paul and Melanie, and her brother Anthony, to participate in the coin toss in her honor.
Going out there holding hands. This is a very emotional, but very amazing moment.
And definitely a very touching moment here. I remember last year we were here for the game, and a lot of people are getting choked up just from the coin toss alone. So certainly an emotional game tonight. You can hear the fan section support of this family. The support this family has received from the entire community and the football team has been monumental. It's been a great thing for the town.
And it's great that the Daniel Hand players and the Daniel Hand families supported Maven and her family's cause right now with giving toys. And they're actually the Daniel Hand players are taking pictures right now with the family. And this is very great. This is what sports is all about. Sports is about bringing people together, and that is exactly what is happening right here. This is very great, very emotional.
And you always love to see this. The pageantry that is involved in high school football, any football league, really is phenomenal. The spirit of the players, and now you have the spirits of the entire town involved. It really is a spectacle to be seen.
And so we will be right there. We'll be right here with the coin toss. If you're just joining us, I'm Josh Barbara, co-host Jimmie Clark here. We're honoring Maven tonight. Maven was a very special girl to the Wethersfield community and the Wethersfield High School football team. So the Eagles are trying to take down #1 in the state, Daniel Hand, at home, just for themselves.
On Anthony's coin toss, Daniel Hand has won and deferred to the second half.
So Daniel Hand will receive the ball in the second half now. And it looks like Wethersfield will be defending the north end zone, I believe.
Wethersfield will receive to begin the game. Daniel Hand will defend the southern end zone.
So if you've been with us here at Cottone before, the south end right down near the scoreboard with the concession stand, the north end right down by the softball field. And it's a beautiful field, I have to say. It's a very nice field. The main thing a lot of people are focusing on is the fan base and the team here tonight. And I haven't seen anything like this team. I've been here for the past 2 years watching these games, and they've been improving over time, and this is a phenomenal start for a team like Wethersfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would now please rise and remove your hats and join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem by the Wethersfield High School Marching Band.
yesterday?
Well, I mean, what better way to open the season? A game against Platt, which I believe was number 7 in the area rankings coming into that game. The Eagles now number 10 in the area rankings. I believe they bounced out Platt because of that game. And now, you know, it's a big opening schedule. Just 2 home games to start the year. They don't play at home at all in October, so they play Platt, which they won by, I think it was 28-21. And now they're 21-14, sorry.
It was a touchdown difference.
I know it was 7, but now they're playing Daniel Hand in arguably the second biggest game they're going to have all year. That only other big game they're going to have most likely is either the Maloney game or it's the Newington game, which is really the grandest stage of them all for this team other than the playoffs. And it looks like it'll be Daniel Hand getting set to kick it away. And ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Back for the Eagles is number 3, Zach Zerzola, and number 21, Johnny Orsini, and that was an amazing kick by Platt right there. And it will be a touchback. The Eagles will come out to their own 20.
That one falling into the end zone, and we have a great quarterback here, number 8, Matt Silver.
To begin, it'll be 1st and 10
so
for
far
the
this
Eagles.
year. And a
Through
fantastic
20-yard
receiving
line.
core as well with number 14, Connor Pace, who's lined up just about at the numbers on the 20-yard line. And tell us a little bit about Connor Pace here.
So Connor Pace is a very hard-working guy, a very nice guy. He knows what to do. His football IQ is very, very high, possibly top tier. He's an amazing football player. That's all I really got to say about him. And he can do everything. Offense, defense, special teams, as he is also a punter.
So it looks like Silver, with one in the backfield, snaps the ball. It's a play action. He's going to run the ball, and I believe that will go over. I can't quite see the number, and I can't
Number 21, Johnny Orsini, the ball carrier.
That will be. Now, Johnny
Picks up 2
Orsini,
yards on the play,
we know for the
second down
past
and 8.
2 weeks has been the primary running back for this team, and he's got great skills. The only other guy I can think that could match him was on JV number 24, TJ Smith. Really is an outstanding talent. Silver again, one in the backfield. Snaps the ball. It's not going to be a run play. He's going to pass it out, and it's just going to fall incomplete, but a flag on the play.
On Daniel Hand right there.
There's a penalty on the play.
Grabbing on Zach Zerzola after the play right there. Also, we do not have the roster for Daniel Hand, so we're going to be calling them by their numbers. It looked like that was either number 26 or number 3.
It looks like they're just about to try and
the Tigers.
Call who that was on.
First
there.
down for the Eagles.
Specifically, it was on. We know it's the Tigers, but with that automatic first down, how deflating is that for Daniel Hand? They came in here, we're looking for a good stop, only allowed 2nd and 8, really, and then all of a sudden they get a pass interference call, and now it's back to square one with the first down.
And they can still get a very good stop right here. You know, nothing is stopping them. They're still an amazing team. I don't know if it's that deflating, if it's just the little minor penalties.
Well, here we go. And it looks like some chanting by the band. That one will be handed off to Orsini. Orsini will get swallowed whole before he can even get to the line, and that should be a loss of yards.
Exactly, and the Eagles' offensive line has to do better with blocking right there. They're absolutely moving.
Orsini met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, second down.
Like about 4 to 5 plays.
And it's looking like 2nd and 11 from about the 36-yard line, their own 36. Some signals being thrown around on the bench by Coach Matt McKinnon, first-year head coach, coming off a run as a defensive coordinator for Coach Campanello last year. And it looks like Daniel Hand very up close to the line. Here's the snap. It's not going to be a handoff, but they rush him, and it's over the head of number 3, Zach Zerzola.
Pass intended for
maybe
number
Matt
3,
Silver
Zach
and the entire Eagles
Zerzola,
team have some early game jitters, but they've
Third
got
down.
to fix that up very quickly, as you cannot make many mistakes against Daniel Hand. But if you're the Eagles, you do have an amazing defense, as Matt McKinnon has been a long-time defensive coordinator for the Eagles. So this is a very big game right here.
Well, you know, I think we're seeing a very different team because now we have a coach whose specialty is defense instead of offense. Now you have a defensive coordinator given the helm of an entire football team, and he's off to a good start. But when you're challenged like this, Silver's going to have to scramble through the pocket. It looks like he might have gotten back to the line. He had to scramble out and try and find a hole. and it just looks like it was closing up right as he was going through.
It is going to be 4th and 1
Silver
right here.
keeps the ball
Connor
and picks
Pace
up a yard on the play.
punt the ball
4th
off
down.
for the first time tonight. Now we were watching the kicker and the punter for Daniel Hand warm up. He absolutely bombed all of this stuff. Okay.
And I mean, they've got a fantastic punter from what we've seen. It's gonna have to be up to, I believe, number 11. No, that will not be number 11. That'll be Connor Pace, number 14, sitting back to punt it away. And just like you said, Connor Pace can really do it all. Here's the punt. It's a deep booming punt going back maybe to around the 34. It's going to bounce forward, and the Eagles are going to fall on it to down the ball.
The Eagles are going to down it at what looks to be the 41-yard line of in the Daniel Hand territory.
Ball is down at the 41-yard line.
Well, I mean, I can't say I didn't expect what happened on the first drive for the Eagles to happen, but then again, they're playing a very strong team. They came up with a good defensive stop after the penalty. It's just the Eagles, like we said in the pregame show, the Eagles are going to have to collect themselves in order to get a good run on Daniel Hand.
Something that I find very interesting is that there were more people here last week for the home opener than this week for the biggest game of possibly the whole entire season.
Well, I wouldn't say quite that. If you look over down by the hill, there is just a swarm of people. A throw by number 17 who's going to be catching it for a first down and maybe around the 46, 45-yard line.
Tackled right there by Weathersfield's Kyle Emmett, number 22.
Picks up a first down for the Tigers.
And the Eagles, knowing last year, have a very good defensive unit. They're very strong on defense, but is this the opponent that's just going to be too tough to tame for this Eagles defense?
For me, I feel like the Eagles are going to make it tough the first half, but if the game gets kept away too long.
And what a pick! Pace! Pace comes up off the deflection, and what a play. The Eagles get it back and just take a listen to Cottone turn into an electric factory here. What a phenomenal play. Connor Pace gets it off the deflection, and on comes Matt Silver once again.
He can do everything just like we said. The Eagles now have it at their own 42-yard line, and that is amazing. And Connor Pace looks to be a bit shaken up after that play as he is kneeling down at the 40-yard line.
I gotta wonder, maybe he was taken down wrong on the sideline. He went out of bounds right about the 42-yard line. So a very strong play, but Pace just might be a little shaken.
Exactly. Maybe the wind got knocked out of him, but at the same time, that was a very, very great play right there by Connor.
And so it looks like a few in the backfield here for Silver, counting about 3 others. Here's a fake pass. It's going to be a run play to Orsini most likely, and Orsini should pick up a gain of 1, making it 2nd and 9.
Brings the ball
All parts of the Eagles' offense are going to have to be working together tonight. The run game has to be good. The passing has to be good, but it all starts with the offensive line. If they don't block for the quarterback either A, can't get it out in time, or B, can't have the running back run.
And as well, if you look onto the field, Connor Pace looks to be back on the field, maybe 100% right now, but maybe he just might have had the wind knocked out of him like you had said earlier. Silver getting set back again, right around the 38-yard line. Ball spotted on about the 42. Sorry, the 43. He snaps the ball. He's going to drop back. He's going to fire a pass to Pace. Pace is going to get through just about, taken down by about 3 guys, and that really tells you something about Connor Pace. He had 1 guy dragging onto him and got taken down by another 2.
Exactly. So something great about Connor Pace right there is that he absolutely,
took 6 yards on
but
the
he
play.
just took a monster hit.
3rd down.
2 of the 3 guys that just tackled him, and he got right up and was like, I'm okay, I'm fine. Let's just keep going.
Well, here we go, 3rd down and 4. This is an important 3rd down for the Eagles if they want to get across the 50 for the first time. Ball being spotted on the 49-yard line.
Interception happened, and I like just tape it when I keep it with it because I know that we love and stuff like that, you know.
So getting set, and it looks like Silver back, and it looks like a flag on the play, most likely delay of game, and McKinnon looks fired up down there.
False start called against the Eagles.
It looks like Dylan Zerblitz, number 87, got a false start.
Remains 3rd down.
By the looks of it, Coach McKinnon is very angry.
So it looks like, sorry, been asked a question. And so here we go. Getting set now, throwing around signals again. Now it looks to be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. And so here we go. Getting set, and he snaps the ball. Drops back on a 3rd and long. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. Here comes Silver. He's going to have to run with it, and he'll make it to about the 49. Not enough for a first down, but we'll make it 4th and short.
Matt Silver keeps the ball, makes his way to midfield. Brings up 4th down and 2 for the Eagles.
And it looks like we just saw Coach Matt McKinnon yelling at 87 Dylan Zerblis out there. He's real fired up for this game. Like I said earlier, he had a quote, "This is the night we slay the beast." He's real serious about this game tonight.
Exactly. Very, very big game for both teams tonight, actually. If Daniel Ham wants to keep their reputation and stay as number 1, they got to win this game. As Connor Pace is going to kick this ball off. A nice little wobbling kick right there. Pins him deep, but here comes Daniel Hand. Amazing.
And look at this footwork. Brought down, not a big game, but he was able to juke a few players out.
The guy that brought him down is Tyron Hunt. He brought him down at about 23.
All right, well, 6:42 is left here in this first quarter. And so far, for playing a 12-minute quarters, almost halfway through here, it's been a very impressive first half from this Eagles team to go half the quarter, not even allowing so much as 2 first downs with that interception. Looks like 17 getting set in the backfield. He's ready. You see the Eagles looking to make a big defensive stop once again, just like the last drive. Passing game for Daniel Hand, not as great as they thought it should have been. He's going to scramble. 29 is after him, almost getting in there. Tipped again in the sack. The interception. Another one off a deflection. Josh, are you believing what you're seeing?
I'm not believing this. The Daniel Hand
Pass off the hands of David into the hands of number 6.
Emmett Zapala.
Eagle interception.
Amazing at football. He is great. He brings great energy, and that is amazing right there.
I don't even believe what I've just seen, mainly because if you just saw that, that's the second time in a row the receiver has tipped it, and then it's fallen into the Eagles' defensive hands. I've seen that maybe once or twice in the past 2 seasons I've been here. Now I've seen it twice in the same game. This must say something about this receiving core for Hand.
Exactly. Maybe not even that, but maybe on those plays right there, Daniel Hand and wide receivers have to bat it down and not bat it up, because right there, that's an easy interception for anybody on the Eagles.
They don't want to tip it up. Here's Silver. He'll snap the ball, hold on to it. He'll try and find some space. Not a lot, and he will be taken down maybe around the 30-yard line.
He got what looks like about 5 yards on that play.
Picks up 5 yards on the play, second down.
Great block by Connor Pace. Once again, Connor Pace doing it all.
They go 2nd and 5 now. So Josh, you did get that right. And so now it's going to be 6 minutes to go. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles on their 3rd drive of the game so far. A beautiful night here in Weathersfield. And Josh, you remember we talked a little bit about last game, and here's the snap. Now running it down will be a short gain, but Josh, if you remember, last week we talked about finally what was going to be the right weather conditions for just showing up in pants finally. And I'm just trying to keep some banter going here, and I'm just wondering.
This isn't really pants weather. It's a very nice night out tonight. I'd say pants weather is during the October games.
And so here we go. Getting set will be Silver. It's getting set to go.
3rd and 6 right here. I mean, not 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4. They have 6.
The snap. Silver fires to Pace, who comes down with an Eagles touchdown.
Silver connects with Connor Pace, an Eagle touchdown.
I can't even think right now. It is so loud here in the electric factory. He absolutely lost the Daniel Hand. Once again, he can do it all. We keep saying it. This is amazing right now. Eagles are up 6-0 now to the Emmett Zapala to put them up 7-0 with this field goal right here.
And just listen to this crowd again. I said this place becomes an electric factory after a while. And so right now, you know, this is a pretty impressive night for the Eagles. 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown.
And it looks like that the kick will be no good on that play. and Evans
After a 29-yard touchdown.
looking a bit shaken up. Everybody is congratulating Connor Pace right now. He is playing absolutely amazing. The Eagles are up 6-0 here with 5:06 to go in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Josh Barbara alongside Jimmie Clark. We're in for an absolute amazing game right here. And I think that Daniel Hand has to step it up right now in order to maybe even come back in this game. Because me and you both know once the Eagles start going, they keep going.
Oh yeah, the thing about the Eagles, we're in for a treat tonight because the Eagles like to keep their foot on the gas pedal the whole way through.
Exactly. Coach Matt McKinnon loves to play smash mouth football and run the score up because he wants each of the teams to know that this is his team now and that he wants to make a statement that he is an amazing coach. And right now, being the #1 team in the nation, I mean, not the nation, excuse me, I keep saying it, in the state, in the first quarter, that's a pretty big statement.
And a lot of people like to say, you know, well, I just forgot what I was about to say, but, you know, you got to say, defense wins championships. So right now, the Eagles' defense has been stellar. Here's a run by number 25. Will be brought down around the 40-yard line. Josh, this has just been a fantastic night so far tonight. 6-0, and arguably one of the biggest games the Eagles are going to play all year.
And not only that, but we are honoring Maven tonight, a little girl who lost her life.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Daniel Hand at their own 40-yard line.
So the #1 team in the state here, showing up and looking, maybe they might have underestimated the Eagles here a little bit. And that's one of the things we've been talking about for a while, is that what if they have been underestimating this Eagles team? There's a handoff to number 20 who's got room to run. He's going to be brought down after a short gain, maybe 4 or 5 yards.
And he got brought down by who other than Mr. Nick Thompson, who was our player.
Number 20, Colin McCabe, the ball carrier.
That was a great run.
Picks up 5 yards.
Step that up. But Jimmie, as you were saying, how people are very underrated. Here's the thing: it's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Now, that is a very correct statement there. A big run play here from Daniel Hand should pick up a first down here off 2nd and 5. And about 4.5 to go in the quarter.
McCabe picks up a first down for the Tigers.
So a first down here for the Tigers of Daniel Hand. Certainly a big game tonight for the Eagles, and certainly an important game. But with a great performance like this, you got to be wondering, how good is this team? If they're having a performance like this against Daniel Hand, maybe Daniel Hand wakes up a little bit. Here's a run play. They're going to get maybe 5.
And the Eagles defense just bit for that play right there, as the quarterback is very discreet about handing off the ball. And then he made it like he threw the ball, and the Eagles defense bit that and kind of sort of went to what would be their right a bit. But they got right back into position, made the tackle, but Daniel Hand did get about 5 yards on that play. So 2nd and 5 here.
Well, the Eagles team usually runs that play on offense a lot. If you've been recently watching, they'll hand it off, make it look like a pass. This one will be a real pass, but he's going to be pressured. Here comes the defense. It's 99. No, he's going to break the tackle and go out of bounds. That was an attempted tackle by number 21, Johnny Orsini there. Almost got his man.
Benn's driven out of bounds.
Exactly. And right there, there was a penalty right there.
Now, let's see what this is all about here. And it looks like number 42 along the sidelines. He might be looking hurt. For the Eagles, he might be hurt. I would hate to see that happen here. We're going to see a
42, Jacob Rivera. Oh yeah. You can hear him moaning and groaning too.
Penalty on the play.
Looks like a penalty handed on flat. Personal foul here.
On Daniel Hand, and you can see right now Jacob Rivera, number 42, a senior captain on this team, is very much shaken up. The Eagles team and everybody here is holding their breath right now. And now Coach McKinnon is fired up, telling his guys, go, if you're not going to fight for me, fight for your captain that is hurting right now, who just made an amazing play. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, it looks like, personal foul on Daniel
So
Hand.
this is clearly going to be 2nd and long here for Daniel Hand. And I mean, a lot of people are just really feeling for Jacob Rivera right now. If Rivera doesn't stay in this game, I don't know what the Eagles are going to do tonight.
For the Tigers.
Scott Applebaum, the athletic trainer, is over there right now, and if you know Scott, you know that he's a very great guy, very supportive, and all the guys, all the guys and girls for every single team here absolutely adore him because he is a great guy.
And it looks like one in motion. It's number 20. A low snap. Here's a throw to number 1, I believe. He will be brought down by number 34 in Gus Reyes Alvarez, who will bring him down. Big play for the Eagles there, forcing third down in what might be 11 or 12.
And Jacob Rivera has just entered the game back in for Gus Reyes Alvarez. And
Taking down
he is actually the running back for JV. And right there, everybody is very happy for him. He went in for one play, got a tackle, and made it a
fourth and 11 for the Tigers.
Fourth and long.
All right.
The PA announcer here had a bit of a hiccup there.
So 4th and 11, big defensive stop from this Wethersfield team. Wethersfield usually very good on defense, and just take a look at this. They were shaking up a few plays, now they come up with a big defensive stop. This is what we expect a lot out of the Eagles.
Exactly. Especially with 2:50 to go in the first quarter here. And it's actually...
Now it looks like a flag on the play here.
Delay of game.
Flag on the play is a delay of game called against.
Exactly, delay of game
Daniel
on
Hand. That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Hand seems very shaken up right now.
I don't think...
Not expecting this Eagles team to come out here and absolutely dominate the first quarter.
I really don't think they were expecting the performance the Eagles have put on tonight. You know, those 2 interceptions, a big pass to Connor Pace. This is not what Daniel Hand thought they were going to get when they were coming into the Eagles' nest tonight.
Exactly. Zach Suzola was back to receive the punt, but he let it go. It is now at what looks like to be the 13 or 14-yard line in Eagle territory.
The punt goes
and I think that was smart because if he did not let that go, he was probably going to get swallowed up immediately.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about that type of play happening right there. But tonight, you know, the Eagles have just been on top of everything so far. And you got to wonder, with a performance like this in the first half, if they go into halftime, are they going to be gassed and have enough left in the tank to play this way for the second half?
Exactly. You can see Jacob Rivera walking down the sideline, limping right now. You know, he looks very gassed, but he's like, you know what, I got to stay in this game. I'm a captain. I'm a role model. I got to show up and show out for my team and for these fans here that have come out to support us.
And he is definitely not looking 100% here. One in motion. That looks like Orsini, who just jumped sides a little bit. Silver with one in the backfield. Snaps the ball. It won't be a handoff. It'll be a quick pass out to number 1 and Anthony Pitts. Pitts will be taken down by about 2 or 3 guys.
Exactly. The thing that's great about the
connects
Eagles
with
is
Anthony
that
Pitts.
most of their guys are smaller.
Pick up of 5 yards on the play,
they
second
can get into smaller places and try to, you know, timeout. It'll be a timeout each.
Timeout, Wethersfield.
So Wethersfield will call a timeout. We have some time for a little bit of banter here. Beautiful night here in Wethersfield, and do you think the weather like this is going to be able to keep up for the rest of the season?
Our game sponsor, Hartford Healthcare Rehabilitation Network,
right there is that
and the Hartford Healthcare Bone and Joint Institute.
Right there, and
Sports Health.
yeah, that's a bit interesting. Is now they're trying to find him a new helmet that actually fits him and his very luscious long hair, as you could say.
Oh yeah, Ryan Barassi, let me tell you, this guy's got good flow right here. As you can see right about there, right above the number, he's just got a mane going down towards the very top of the number. He's got good moss.
And the thing that he kind of reminds me of number, I think it's 50 or 60 on the New England Patriots. This is Chase Winovich out of Michigan, and he really reminds me of him. You know, just a great attitude, very enthusiastic, very nice. Not at the same time that flow.
Second down and 5.
Well, I mean, Michigan is really a great resource for the New England Patriots. You know, Tom Brady coming out of Michigan, he was actually a big underdog. A lot of people like to compare Daniel Jones to him in the draft so far, where he was picked or how he was projected to be picked this year, being picked as a number 1. It'll be Silver who snaps the ball. Briefly, very pressured there. Connor Pace will make it out. And with 1:48 still running, how much time do you think it'll be until Daniel Hand could catch on to this Eagles team?
Right now, as I said, once
third in the yard for the
Eagles. So right now, I feel like, yeah, they're going to catch up, but it's not going to be anytime soon. As I'm seeing the Eagles' offensive line is kind of shaped up, they're getting a lot more physical, getting a lot more low. And in football, some of you may know this, the lower guy always wins, and right now that is what's happening. The Eagles driving this ball down as it looks to be 3-1. Silver with 1 in the backfield, which is number 21, Johnny Orsini. Silver takes the snap, he'll run with it, little QB sneak, and he'll get swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. And as I said, that the offensive line's doing good, that happens.
Yeah, well, it was on a 3rd and 1. It was looking pretty hopeful, and now we got a little bit of a loss of yards, maybe a 4th and 2 somewhere along there. So Connor Pace will stay on the field, I believe, to punt here. He'll be punting from maybe around the 6, maybe the 5-yard line. Not exactly how they wanted this drive to go based on how the last one went with a touchdown. But you know, as long as you don't turn over the ball, it's a good drive. And the Eagles have been doing very good of not turning it over. We saw that happen with Platt, and a deep booming punt will be right around the 31. They let it bounce on the ground, and out comes number 5, who will stiff arm what looks to be number 50 or number 30. Oh, wow.
44 on Daniel Hand.
Wow, and with a late hit, this might change part of this drive here. It might change the drive up quite a bit.
Exactly. But here's the thing, the Eagles are definitely not safe. They're only up 6-0 because they missed the extra point. So right there, immediately, if Daniel Hand scores, we know that their kickers are very, very, very good and very skilled. They could be losing. Now, I'm not trying to be one of those guys that's always like, oh yeah, we're going to be dead on arrival. But right now, Daniel Hand is the #1 team in the state for a reason. Even though they haven't shown it yet, they're definitely going to come out in the second quarter.
And it looks like they're going to say there were 2 penalties on the play. They both cancel out. So 2 penalties, 1 for each team. Certainly not at all what the Eagles had wanted.
Daniel Hand. That'll move him back 15 yards.
And once again, just a beautiful night here. 26.3 on the clock in the first quarter. It's been a very exciting first quarter here, and we're getting very close to the end of the first. And I can't wait for the second quarter because this game just seems to be going so well for Wethersfield. Everything just seems to click here.
Exactly. And now, after this game, there could be a bit of a rivalry right
First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 30-yard line.
You know, tempers are flaring here. This is going to be, we're in still for an amazing game.
And there's a snap.
And immediately gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. This place has turned into an electric factory once again. And this is just an amazing atmosphere here, as we've been saying. And Jacob
brought down behind the line of scrimmage by number 30.
Are playing out of their minds.
Marcus Ness.
2 captains that are
second down.
Well, 2nd and 10, and that looks like that was going to be the last play of the quarter. They're going to walk off to the bench at the end of 1 here from Cottone Field. Your score is 6-0 Eagles. Beautiful performance from Wethersfield. This has been a phenomenal game, Josh. What do you got to say about this?
I mean, it's exactly what you said. This has been an outstanding game right now for the Eagles. I am very, 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 very excited to see what happens during the rest of the game. We still have, what is it, another 36 minutes here as we only played 12-minute quarters. Oh, yes, that was a 12-minute quarter. It goes by very slowly.
Oh, yeah, you know what they say. 10 minutes for football is about 30 minutes in real time.
15, to me, what I've noticed is 15 minutes from the NFL is more around 40 minutes in real time. And, you know, it's just something where it's like, you know, because the's all these stoppages and stuff.
Also, the boosters have a concession stand set up just above the southern
end zone. The most
end zone.
consistent game with a nice little clock there is hockey, as it's constantly moving. It's constant action. That's why a lot of people like it. But of course, we're here. We love all sports on the Wethersfield Athletic Sports Network.
And here we are. You can find the Athletic Sports Network on the CastBox app, where we're going to broadcast every home game except for tonight's game, since I made a small error there. But here we go. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go for Platt. Or sorry, not Platt, Daniel Hand. Daniel Hand wearing very similar uniforms to the Platt Panthers, but Daniel Hand is looking to try and avenge that first quarter here. So it looks like 2 in the backfield, snaps the ball. It's going to be a handoff down the middle. They're going to try and run it down their throats. There's a first down, and here's and then some. The Eagles aren't going to catch him. He's going, he's nearly gone. He makes it to the 20-yard line. And what a fantastic run play from Daniel Hand.
Exactly, and some of those holes is what the Eagles really need to fix right there. You know, I did see some holding. The refs did not call it. That's not on me, that's on them. You know, and some of the fans out here are very, very,
It'll be first
very
and 10
angry.
at the Eagles' 20-yard line.
Because they must have seen the holding too, as there was some tugging on the jerseys. But hey, you know what? The refs don't see it. It's not going to count. As the handoff to number 20, once again, he's running up the field. And it's looking like he will be down, and that'll be first and goal.
And it looks like some of the fans are getting angry because they're seeing that the offensive line is really pushing him forward. And Josh, as a former football player, is that really legal?
15 yards on the play.
Well, pushing guys forward, as long So here's the thing. You have to get inside of their shoulders, inside of their armpits, really, in their shoulder pads. As there was a run by the Daniel Hand quarterback, and there was a fumble.
Oh, and a fumble on the play. We'll see. And it's, oh, man. Sorry to yell over you there, but this is just the excitement is right here.
Billings fumbles, but it's covered up by McNeely.
But here's the thing,
brings up second and goal
as
from
an
the 1
offensive
yard
lineman,
line.
because I did play lineman, you cannot go on the outside. You have to stay on the inside and drive them. You are allowed to be double teamed. That is perfectly fine. When it gets to pulling on the jerseys and being on the outside, that is not allowed. But you can push them forwards. And a handoff to number 20, and he will get
in the end zone.
And now here's the thing. The Black Panthers number
puts
one
up
running
6
back,
points for
who was the guy that they ran basically every single time last week, most of their plays left there, was also number 20. So are we seeing some...
Are we seeing a curse of the 20s here?
I don't know.
Is that what it is?
But here comes the Daniel Hand kicker. As we know, he is very, very good. This entire team is very, very good.
Oh, we've been watching these kickers in the opening warm-ups. These guys were nailing 45, 50-yarders as chip shots. So, I mean, this has got to be absolutely nothing to him.
And you know, I mean, like, if he misses it, or if the Eagles block it, this place is going to go even more insane than it did for that touchdown. Because big offensive plays and big defensive plays equal amazing, amazing football games.
Well, it is, almost blocked. Whistle blows, and it is called good.
McNeely is good.
And so, like I said before, Daniel Hand, all they needed was one touchdown to come back.
Daniel Hand
that's exactly what's happening. It is 7-6 right now. Daniel Hand with 10:41 to go in the second quarter.
Well, there's also something Daniel Hand can say. Weathersfield can say what no one else has. Weathersfield led an entire quarter on Daniel Hand by 1 score, which is a very lofty goal for just about anyone in the entire state. So this really tells you something about this Eagles team. So it looks like the Eagles getting set. Josh, why don't you take over for a little bit?
For a little bit? Okay. So we are here, 10:41 to go here in the second quarter. Big time game
27
here.
is Aiden Boudet.
And so here we go. Zach Zerzola and John
Zerblitz
Orsini are back. And Zach Zerzola will take the kick. He will run it up. He sees a hole. He will get swallowed up around the 25-yard line.
Zerzola returns the ball to the Eagles.
So here we go. Daniel Hand really just seems Daniel Hand is kind of going through the motions of that first quarter. Now, second quarter, they really need to get back in gear. They need to wake up, so to say, as the Eagles just can't believe what they've played so far. I mean, it really can be said that Daniel Hand needs to wake up in this game if they want to really come out and dominate like everyone had said. So it is Silver with one in the backfield. Looks like Orsini back there. Silver is getting set. And here's the call for the ball. He snaps it, some pressure going in the pocket. He's going to run out of it. Out comes Silver, who will get swallowed right about maybe the 30-yard line. Good play from Matt Silver, a guy who likes to keep the football and run with it.
Exactly. He kind of reminds me of Lamar Jackson, you know. He can throw the ball well, and he can also run the ball well. I know there are a lot of memes about Lamar Jackson being a running back. Hey, honestly, he's a dual threat player to me, and that's what Matt Silver is also.
And yeah, the importance of having a dual threat player on all the teams, having a dual threat player really could be a make or break kind of a team. And so here we go, Silver getting set again, one in the backfield. Silver ready, 9:54 to go. It is 7-6. Daniel Hand, here's the snap. It's a quick throw, incomplete, almost picked off by number 3 out there. Not the pass Silver wanted to throw.
Intended for Stickley, incomplete. Third down.
And so it looks like they will sub in number 3, Zach Zerzola. He will come onto the field. Number 1 changing spots, going right around the line of scrimmage here. At 9:43, still counting down. 3rd and 5, a very important third down for Weathersfield here. Looks like it'll be Silver getting set. Again, one in the backfield, and they love this type of formation here. Beautiful type of play. Getting set, here's the snap. And he will fire one deep. It'll be just not good enough.
We just saw the arm on that right there. He can absolutely launch that thing. Here's the thing, very different formation than when Coach Campanello was here. Coach Camp, the longtime varsity football coach, he liked to run some high formation along with, he liked to mix it up a bit. It looks like Coach McKinnon just likes having Orsini in the backfield, and it looks like to be 3 or 4 wide receivers on the field at a time.
Well, definitely a good analysis. Once again, Josh Barber used to play football going back next year here. So we're going to miss him next season here on Blue Eagle TV. Here's the punt from Pace. Pace will make a deep booming punt. And we've seen after week 2, Pace is making better and better punts. And I mean, they're really going the distance here.
Exactly. He is kind of, I wouldn't say that he's
ball is down at the 41-yard line.
with the Daniel Hand punter. We saw he punted the ball from the goal line all the way to the other 40-yard line. If you don't know what that is 60 yards, and they're 100 yards on the ball.
All right, well, it looks like they're going to try and change the football out here. Is Daniel Hand taking the ball on about the 41, their own 41-yard line. And once again, just a beautiful performance by both teams. They're playing very well here. And it looks like Hand getting set, maybe 3 or 4 in the backfield here. Getting set, and from the 41-yard line. One in motion now, getting set. Here's another in motion, running across. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff play to number 20, who's going to try and jam it down the middle. He's going to break one tackle and get brought down by another 2 guys.
Okay, the ball carrier picks up 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4.
Big play here. And so now it'll be ball spotted around the 46, 47-yard line. And this is a very good defensive game here. 2nd and 4. So very close here. Here's another handoff. No, it's a fake. They're going to pass it out to number 1. Blocking is good. He's got room, but he looks like he might have tripped.
No,
or he was brought down by Connor Pace.
Sorry about that. He was tackled around the ankles by Connor Pace. And right there, when a guy is going as fast as some of these football
picks up a first down.
Even if you barely get them with their with your hand, we saw it in, I think it was about 2006, Steelers versus Colts. Ben Roethlisberger tackled the guy by his shoelace because he was going so fast and he got tripped up by a little jolt in his leg.
Well, yeah, there's so many of the little things you got to look out for. Here's a throw over to number 9, over the middle through the secondary. And it looks like he might make it a first down, or at least 2nd and 1 here.
Haberman.
So a good start to the quarter from Daniel Hand, coming out with a touchdown and now moving pretty swiftly down the field.
And this is the Daniel Hand that people know and people love and people love to watch because they are so good.
I mean, these guys move with methodical pace. They really are thinking out all their moves. They're trying to condition themselves. Here's a run to number 20 again. He'll run it down the middle. That might be another first down.
The big thing with Daniel Hand is that it all starts with the offensive line. Actually, that's what it's like for any. That's what it's like for any football team. It all starts with the offensive line. And that's what's happening here with Daniel Hand is that the offensive line is so good. It has so many holes for them to open up that eventually when they give it to the running back, he just runs it right down the field and there. So it's all up to if the Eagles defense can stop.
And here we go, 2nd and 1, second quarter here. 3:35 to go. One in motion, that's going to be number 3. Here's a snap, and it's a handoff. No, it's another fake pass. They'll get it to 3, and I think they might have stopped them about an inch short. They might have to bring out the chains for this.
Great tackle right there, but why? Who looks like number 6, Evan Sapala.
And it will be 3rd and inches here.
No gain on the play.
Sorry, no gain, so it will be 3rd and 1 still.
3rd down.
And very important defensive play for Wethersfield. They really need to stop here. And even then, these guys are in field goal range, and
Tyron Moss moves in. It's looking like a bit of a quarterback blitz, but that does not work out. Daniel Hand will get the first down right there, and they just keep running it down there.
First down for Daniel Hand.
Exploited the weakness of Wethersfield, which is only having 3 guys on the line, and with Daniel Hand having such a big offensive line, big strong offensive line, some of these guys are getting double teamed and pushed 5-10 yards back. As we can see, Jake Whitaker coming off. He is the nose tackle, which means he's right on the center. Very gassed. They hand it off to the Daniel Hand running back again, and he'll get what looks to be about another 9 yards yards on that play. At about the 11, maybe the 10, this could be maybe 1 or 2 more yards until it's first and goal. Sorry, I did a lot of talking there, Jimmie.
Oh, no problem. This looks to be maybe 8 yards. This will be 2nd and 2 right here. And again, Platt Daniel Hand, this running offense really reminds me of Platt and how the running game was Wethersfield's weakness last game. And I think now we're seeing an early example of Wethersfield being gassed here in the quarter. Here's a QB sneak for number 17. He's going to try and go 2 yards. He's actually going to be carried even further. Look at him go.
You can see how strong he is right there. He had 3 or 4 guys just on top of him, and he had a Charger.
Phoenix Billing keeps the ball. Makes his way inside the 5-yard line for first and goal.
You got a Charger. And so here's another play, snap, it's it. Hands it off to number 20. He's in the end zone, touchdown.
On a 4-yard run, Colin McKay picks up a Daniel Hand touchdown.
And right now, it's not looking very good for the Eagles as this crowd has absolutely stopped buzzing for the moment. Hopefully the Eagles can come right back and try to get a good one in. And it's looking like they're going in a weird little formation right now. They could be going for 2, or they could be going for the kick.
I think they're going for 2. It certainly can't be that. Yeah, here's the throw from number 3. It'll be a screen pass to number 88, who will stroll into the end zone there.
It is now 15.
2-point conversion is good.
And I think I know why they did that, because even if the touchdown is scored by the Eagles, they could still get in. They could still tie the game up with a 2-point conversion and make it 14-14. So that's why I think that they did that. So now the Eagles have to get 2 scores in order to
with
tie
5 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the half.
And again, a very smart strategy from Daniel Hand. They really love to play this out with a planned out game plan. It looks like right now they're very predictable that they're going to run the ball, and that Coach McKinnon should be calling these plays as if they're going to run it and try and contain number 20, because he really is the biggest threat to this Eagles team.
Exactly. And right now, as you were saying, Daniel Hand has everything planned out. Nothing is done without planning for this team, and they just know what to do and they know how to execute it, and that's why they've been the #1 team in the league for such a long time.
And here we go, number 3 back to kick it away. 2 back, that looks like number 21, and Johnny Orsini is back to watch it fall into the end zone.
That looked like an NFL-style kick right there. That was an absolute bomb of a kick.
And again, we watched these kickers in that opening warm-up practice, and these guys are very impressive with the kicking core. They can do just about anything they want as soon as they hit the field. This team just oozes swagger. They know they're good, and they know they're coming to play to win. They're coming to mean business when they come to town. So it'll be Silver, I believe, getting set. 5:51 to go in the second quarter. Still a lot of time left here. Scoreboard looks like it's red wrong. No one changed the quarter on that. And getting set. Now getting ready. And here's a snap by Silver. Throws the ball out to Pace, who makes a good catch. Breaks a tackle. Here comes Pace down the sidelines. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Foot race Pace once again. If you get him out in the
Silver,
he will outrun you no matter what.
Pace.
Race right there.
And then you have a touchdown.
That's exactly what the Eagles needed right there. They needed a big play, and that's exactly what they got. Connor Pace with what looked to be an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this place becoming an electric factory here down at Cottone, and just what an atmosphere it is here. Now down 15-12. Extra point will put them down by 2, but the Eagles really with another big play to Pace. Here's the kick. Will go through the uprights like a knife through butter, and what a play.
The extra point is good.
A massive drive from Wethersfield just now, and I can't imagine this crowd being any louder without it. So late here in the first half.
Wethersfield 30.
Big. It's big time plays by big time players.
So certainly this is a big time drive they really needed, and now they're right in it.
And we are going crazy here right now. at Cottone Field. Jimmie, just take us through your thought. Excuse me. Take us through your thought process on that last play.
Well, I was just trying to call it how I see it. There's a lot of screaming. There's a very loud crowd, and I mean, I think the thinking behind it is you need a big play, just go all in. It's all or nothing at this point. They put all their chips on the table and they went for it and they took a gamble, and that gamble paid off luckily for them. No interceptions so far tonight, no turnovers. It's been a great night to be on the Eagles offense and a good kick return to maybe the 50-yard line.
Exactly, and right here, right in front of us, we see Splash Productions, big-time editor for CIAC. He has fresh passes from all the CIAC games, and he makes amazing edits. 5:32 to go. Eagles are down 2, 13-15, an unusual score in football. Odd numbers, but that's where we're at right now.
And you don't see those often unless someone's been missing extra points or kicking field goals. Exactly. You don't see a lot of the odd numbers.
Exactly, or maybe even a safety. We get a thrown in safety.
Well, I mean, a safety would be needed if they wanted to tie this thing at 15. Other than that, it's going to have to be a field goal or a touchdown that gets the Eagles over.
Exactly, it's not looking like it's going to be there as they're at the Eagles.
Almost sacked, hit the ground, and they tried to run with it, just didn't go.
And I think that Coach McKinnon kind of caught on to what Daniel Hand is doing right here, as there was so much pressure that was being brought to that quarterback that he almost got swallowed whole. Luckily, he found enough room just to get the ball out.
Oh yeah, I certainly cannot believe the type of game that has been played here. Remember, this team known for not really allowing more than 14 points, and right here the Eagles on the verge of hitting just 14. A pass play out to number 9, incomplete by quite a bit. We'll bring up 3rd down and long. Big drive from Wethersfield right now.
3rd and 10 after the 2 incomplete passes. A big stop for them right here. They could get the ball back and try to end the first half with a touchdown, or maybe a touchdown and a stop. This is a big.
And a massive moment. It'll be a handoff, and boy, does he have room. He fumbles it. Eagles look like they might have fallen on it. And the Eagles
fumble on the play. Recovered by
and the Eagles come up with it. Josh, are you believing what you're seeing?
I am not believing this right now. Big time players making big time plays.
Coco, can you just hang on to those?
We have gotten the ball back.
Can you just take those?
Can you
just take those back to the table, please?
Defensive stop is what they needed, and that's exactly what they got. They got a fumble out of it. They got the ball back with 5:16 to go. Now they can try to go drive the ball down. This is going to be one for the ages.
Oh yeah, this is certainly a game that you really should be down here, and if you're not watching this or you're not down at Cottone, you're certainly missing a piece of history right here. Trying to get at least 20 points here, something they haven't allowed in about 2 full seasons. So here's the Eagles snap by Silver. It's going to be a short pass. Oh, he is boomed behind the line. Flag on the play, however. That was number 21 and Johnny Orsini who caught it.
And it's looking like it's going to be helmet to helmet right there. That could be a targeting penalty. That could get him thrown out of the game.
Oh yes, it certainly can, and that is certain, and it will be. That will be a hit to the head. Not going to take him out of the game, but certainly a dangerous play when you lean in with the helmet. Could cause concussions, some brain damage over the long term, and that's what a lot of people talk about with better helmets.
Exactly, but here's the thing about that. No matter what, that was still a rocking hit. That was a very good hit, even if it was helmet to helmet, still very good hit right there.
That was a hit that could probably have without protection, probably could have shattered a few bones in there. Massive hit, flew across the field like a rag doll. I haven't seen that in a long while.
Yeah, the last time I saw that was when actually we saw Darren Sproles. He got blocked by one of the Redskins players after a punt that he called was a fair catch. He got absolutely clocked and got thrown like a rag doll, as you said. Silver will take the snap and back. He'll throw it to Connor Pace. Intercepted. What an amazing interception right there.
Wow, and he really dove for that one. A beautiful interception. We got to give Daniel Hand a bit of credit. First pick of the game thrown by Matt Silver, and it was an amazing fashion.
Exactly. And you see it right
First
there.
and 10 for the
Connor Pace
Tigers.
almost had it, and it looks like it
31-yard
was a bit of a
line.
reverse loss right there, where the Daniel Hand player took it out of Connor Pace's hands instead of Connor Pace taking it out of the Daniel Hand player's hands.
All right, well, 4:48 here to go. The clock is stopped. Pace now sitting in the back here, and it looks like they're going to try and call something, maybe.
And just, you see how things can turn so quickly, just like that. The Eagles give the ball right back. Not even that much time has been wasted. Daniel Hand, quarterback, is going to step up into the pocket. He'll throw it, but the ball will be dropped by number 9.
And off that last play by the Eagles leading into the interception, it was just like earlier in the game when they got that second touchdown. They took a gamble. That time it didn't pay off. And you really got to know when to fold them, know when to walk away. I know that was a song somewhere. But you really got to know when you got to walk away or when you got to take the gamble. Right there, they thought it was a good idea to take the gamble. Just didn't pay off for them that time, but they're very close to the end zone. A good stop here could really mean a big difference for the Eagles.
That song was actually in a Geico ad as number 20 will take that ball. He'll almost get tackled by Connor Pace. He'll keep going, and then he gets tackled by what looks like to be 3 or 4 Eagles players.
It looks like the last guy to get up from that, I'd call Evan Sapala getting credit for that tackle there.
Exactly. And even if the Eagles are down at half, they know that they're hanging with the best team in the state and that they have enough fight, and hopefully they have enough fight left in them. And they got to stop the run game here as our defensive linemen are getting absolutely bullied by the offensive linemen as Daniel Hand, running back, picks up what looks to be about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
And just listen, this place has gone almost silent here, and you know, things can really turn on a dime here in high school football, and that's something I think a lot of people haven't really understood, that things can change and shift on a dime, really.
The whole entire left side of the bleachers has been emptied as the band has gone down and they're going to be performing their show that has a rolling globe.
I have seen that. It's called Terraform. They will be performing at the Rocky Hill show in, I believe, tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon, and a big run by number 20. He's somehow on his feet, swarmed by about 5 guys.
No, and it looks like Jacob Rivera is down right there.
And Rivera pounding his fist. His leg may have been re-injured here.
He's very angry that he got injured right there. He's limping back.
He's going to walk away from Applebaum.
But here's the thing. The refs are saying, you were down, man. You got to go out. And he is very pissed right now, very much limping. But you got to think, that's going to hurt a lot more in the locker room when there's not as much adrenaline going through you.
Oh yeah, and Rivera, he just looks very angry. He was almost hustling off the field, trying not to take up time, and now, you know, he's injured in the first quarter, now he's injured in the second quarter. Well, what has got to be going through his mind? Does he want to keep playing? Does he want to stay in this game? Maybe jeopardize the rest of the season?
Well, obviously he wants to keep playing, but does Scott want him to keep playing?
And there's a big touchdown off the play.
Number 4.
Oh wait, they're saying that there is no touchdown to bring it back. And there was holding on the Daniel Hand offensive line, and the quarterback right now, poor Daniel Hand, is very angry at the referee.
Wow, and that is something I haven't seen. Just look over there, and the Daniel Hand coach is all fired up now.
So is another coach for the Eagles is also very fired up, and he was just not really yelling at Connor Pace, but he was
10 yards from the spot of the foul that
a bit more aggressive.
pushes them back to the Eagle.
All right, well, back all the way to the 39 because of that penalty. It was 10 yards to the spot of the penalty, so that came right about the end marker, maybe. No, that was right about the goal line.
They went from a 29-yard touchdown to what looks like to be first and 20.
I believe it was first and 21.
First and 21, excuse me. First and 21 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Definitely not what these guys had in mind coming into tonight's game, that the Eagles would put up such a fight. But the big question I think everyone is asking is another handoff to number 4. They're going to do the same thing.
And he is still going. These guys are just out muscling.
And look at him, he shed another tackle. Sorry to cut you off there, but that was very impressive. I just can't contain the excitement here from seeing a team like Daniel Hand play football.
Exactly. And just in one play, they erased the whole entire penalty. They didn't get the touchdown,
Timeout.
but it's looking like they definitely are. Timeout, Wethersfield, 3:17 to go. If you are just joining us here at Cottone Field. I'm Josh Barbara alongside Jimmie Clark. Scores 13-15. The Eagles are losing this one, but they're staying with the #1 team in the state, Daniel Hand, who has been the #1 team for a long time, as I might add.
Oh yeah, it's a few years. Now in this timeout, we have a little bit of time for maybe some sponsorships here. We'd like to thank the sponsor of tonight's game overall, the Hartford Healthcare Rehabilitation Center. We just want to throw that out there, given us that there's banners all around the baseball field, right where the batting cages are, and the Eagles look to be coming out of the timeout. Coaches are fired up, the fans might be fired up. And really, one of the better fan bases in the state of Connecticut right here at Cottone. You can hear every play they're making. They're getting a little more fired up, a little more fired up. And it's the exact opposite the other way. Whenever Hand makes a play, it just gets quieter and quieter.
And seating is basically sold out right now. There are people sitting on the hill, and there are people actually standing around the concession stand. Handoff to number 4, and he is swallowed by, who is that?
That looked to be maybe number 21 and Johnny Orsini.
Johnny Orsini, once again, a guy that plays both sides of the ball. He plays offense as running back and defense as an outside linebacker.
But if we could get a shot real quick of all around that area near the hill, that is just all people. It is a mass of people I haven't seen in forever. This is probably the closest we're going to get to a sold-out crowd. Next time we're going to see something like this is the Newington game.
And the thing is, the football culture here in Weathersfield has been revitalized, and based on the success of Coach Matt McKinnon, and the fact that they brought the #1 team of the state in here with a pass.
Oh, and it's almost intercepted again off the bobble.
Exactly. So here's what I'm noticing: the Daniel Hand players, when they don't catch it, they tip it up. You gotta bat that down. I know that you're on offense, but right when that happens, you gotta make a defensive play. You have to.
And that's got to be one of the basics of football. You can't have it up.
Exactly, because because the first 2 times that they threw picks, it was batted up and they caught it. These are some really big things right here. It's just simple football.
3rd and 10, it was 3rd and long, and they bring him down, they stop him short, and they are gonna go what I believe will most likely be a field goal is what they should be going for if they're gonna play it safe, but if they're gonna be a little risky here, they're gonna go for it all, and then maybe turn over the ball on down.
And they were risky, and they were very risky with going for the 2-point conversion, and it looks like the offense is going to be staying out here, or maybe the Daniel Hand coach is still trying to make up their mind as the Daniel
I think they will be calling a timeout.
And it's looking like they're going, are they like icing their own kicker?
Timeout.
Maybe. Well, I know they got 1:58 to go, 4th and 5. They need another 5-yard run to pick up the touchdown. If they can get another 5-yard run out here, they can really turn something around and maybe even deflate a little bit of the defense going into the half, which is very soon.
And here's the thing, you know right now, if the Eagles get this ball back, they're going to want to drive it down and try to get the lead for the end of the second half. There's still 2 minutes left here, so this is kind of like the 2-minute warning. I've heard that Daniel Hand likes to take a timeout at 2 minutes, as it's kind of like a 2-minute warning that we do in the NFL. But still, this is big-time plays right here from big-time players, as I keep saying, for Daniel Hand and for Weathersfield, as the Weathersfield defense comes back out, trying to hype up this crowd, throwing their arms in the air. Same thing with the sideline. Everybody is getting
even me and our camera guy Riley over here getting into it. You got to be feeling the spirit here.
4th down and 5 for the Tigers.
So I would say, here we go.
And they're going to keep the offense out there. And it's looking like it was just a longer huddle.
And just take a listen to this crowd. It's an electric factory once again here in Cottone. Even Riley's getting into it, even we're getting into it. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, get on your feet, make some noise. Here's a handoff. Quarterback's going to keep the ball. He's going to run it into the end zone. And probably one of the more deflating 4th downs we've seen in tonight's game.
And here's the thing. Props to the Daniel Hand offensive line as they absolutely opened up a massive hole. You could have driven a truck, 18-wheeler truck through that one. That was...
And it looks like they might have scored this wrong on the scoreboard. They're saying 21-15 Eagles. I think they might have put that up wrong. I'll certainly take it every time here.
They'll take it. You know, we're going to need everything that they can get. And they're going for it again.
And here we go.
Same formation as they did the last time.
The wacky formation, and they expected a pass. There's 2 more.
2-point conversion is good.
Oh, and there's going to be a flag.
Wait a minute, a penalty!
Tyron Watt, number 23, got pushed down right there.
Wow!
It's looking like this might either come back.
They might be doing this, or they just might cancel it out here.
Exactly. That was crazy. He got pushed down after the play. Once again, Daniel Hand. Maybe they're the number 1 team in the state because they're very chippy, and maybe there's some illegal things that happen.
Now, who knows? They might be one of the dirtier teams in the state, or it just might be luck that they're not getting called on this. It could be a mix of things, but there's going to be a long penalty. They're really going to have to dig down deep to try and get this one. I can see this one might have to be a 15-yard.
Yeah, 15-yard penalty right there for the personal foul, and it's looking like they're going to be back at their own 17-yard line. And what's going to be happening here?
Looks like they might be calling a timeout and getting the... No, it looks like they might have converted it, and the penalty will be assessed
on the kickoff. So it's looking like either they had the chance to redo it, or maybe they want it to be assessed on the kickoff. But here's the thing: if it's assessed on the kickoff, I would take that because it puts yourself in a better position. Okay, especially because the Daniel Hand kicker is absolutely kicking bombs out there. So put yourself in a better position because you are under 2 minutes right now. And the big thing that I have to say right here
Yeah, right now you've got a tight deadline here to meet, and this is certainly something everybody's looking to see and find out what happens here. At halftime, we are going to show you the full halftime performance from the Pride of Eagles marching band and the WHS dance team.
And the big thing right now, excuse me for another voice crack, a big thing right now is that they're kicking it from the 25-yard line. So we're about to see the full extent of the Daniel Hand kicker's boot, as some like to say.
I say, if this guy ends up making it all the way into the end zone, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be impressed.
Go to UConn. Go. They need him anyways.
And here it is. Big kick. It will make it to maybe around the 25. He gets it after he drops it, and he's got time to run. He's gonna bar down and get in there and hold on to the football. Very lucky play.
Johnny Orsini got that. He bobbled it, but he hit it out to what looks like to be the Eagles'
Orsini on the return will be first and 10 for the Eagles at their own 35-yard line.
Exactly, thank you. The PA announcer, she's been doing it for a while. She's a seasoned vet. You know, most of the stuff that you hear from her, most of the calls are from us, but some of them are from her as she's
I think personally she's watching the live stream right now and she's taking our content is what it is. I think it's some content stealing over here.
Hey, I'm always in English class. They're saying don't plagiarize stuff. I mean, like, right?
Top tier plagiarism, folks. Here's a snap from Silver. He'll hold on to the ball. He doesn't have a lot of room to run, and he's swallowed up by about 2 guys behind the line.
The offensive line for the Eagles just has to do way better right there. And you see it. So, some of these Eagles, I'm not saying that I can do it, right? I definitely can't do it. But here's the thing.
Timeout.
They were just like standing there. There are 5 guys that swallowed up Matt Silver right there. The offensive line has to do way better. Go back to end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter, offensive line is where it needs to be. And look at this right now. The Eagles are down by 10 points, 13-23.
In a game where they started 6-0 for the entire first quarter.
What does it matter?
All right,
So in a game where they were really playing the entire first quarter very well, they really haven't done quite the same as they have for the second quarter, and they really need to try and get in gear at halftime. A bit of a pep talk by McKinnon.
And a very big thing right here. This is really, really huge for the Eagles. Daniel Hand, this whole entire year, in both of their games, has only let up 14 points per game. The Eagles have 13 in the first
Second
half.
down and 14.
Right, yeah, this is a phenomenal play right here. Phenomenal left.
Oh, prosciutto. All right, we'll do with that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Who's not hungry? It's on the side. Come on, kids!
It's on.
Come on, Matt! Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up!
Silver keeps the ball, picks up 10 yards on the play.
It's on.
Timeout. Daniel Hand.
Just burns their third timeout if you've been paying close attention. This is their third timeout they've just burned. Maybe they're trying to get a message across.
I think he's talking about the CD.
It's a ride.
I think it might be a little bit of an intimidation factor right here.
During rush hour, it's a challenge. It took me almost 40 minutes to get from Windsor to Harvard
If I might add.
this afternoon.
They've got the upper hand. Right now, they could really use that there. And the pride of now is just waiting.
Pass is incomplete. Fourth down.
Absolutely bomb that thing. Amazing, amazing comeback.
Fake punt. Do you think we're going to go for the fake punt?
No.
He was like the tour tagger by role of this Eagles team. They brought him very well. Back actually left. Right out of bounds. He's sitting the WHS big cameraman exactly there. And right there,
Back off!
Very, very, very good. I would say it's a long shot. Actually,
Punt goes out of play at the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Tigers.
I got it. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Pass is incomplete. Second down.
Looks like there's technical difficulties here. As what number am I? Oh, that's Jimmie. Jimmie, start speaking.
All right, well, here we are back at it again. We've got some technical difficulties here. I don't know how to
Start yelling.
And so here we are back at it with some technical difficulties here. And this just looks like, this has been a bit of a struggle for us here. Our first broadcast. Here's the snap. He gets set, he fires the pass. It'll be almost taken down. Number 9 will hang on. There's a little bit of grabbing on the jersey, but he will make it a first down.
And Connor Pace absolutely wrestled him to the ground. Yeah, we are back, as you couldn't hear us for a second. But, you know, this is a high school production, so not everything is going to go right.
And even then, our first live stream was this afternoon. It was going to be actually the pep rally. The pep rally was actually, if I do say so, a little underwhelming.
It was very underwhelming. Everyone hyped it up like, yeah, man, pep rally, pep rally.
I was one of the people that were hyping it up,
Exactly.
and it just did not live up to expectations.
Really, none of the games got done. Very disorganized at times. I'm not trying to bash anyone.
I actually have standings from that tug of war. Surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, the seniors did win that title overall, but the freshmen came out very strong, finishing 1-1, beating the juniors and losing to the seniors.
Hey, if the Eagles get blown out, I'm always here because I have my 50-50 raffle.
Oh yeah, you got to stay for the 50-50 raffle. If you haven't purchased tickets quite yet, there's still time to do so, I believe, as long as you're here and watching it.
And also, let's be honest here, if you're listening to us, you're probably not at the game.
Yeah, we're going to be completely honest. Here's the snap. It's a handoff play. It'll be brought down, and it looks like it might have been just shy of the first down.
Here's the big thing. The Eagles have 2 timeouts, one or two timeouts. Daniel Hand has none of them, so they just got to keep going. No huddle. And so it's looking like they're just going to keep driving the ball down the field. But the Eagles defense is going to get gassed at one point. 17 will take the snap. Here comes...
Oh, man! Thompson drags him down far behind the line.
Our player spotlight, Nick Thompson, got that. He's just a revolutionary player, I would say.
This guy, you can tell, he's got a future in football. And I mean, we've talked about him from week 2 all the way here to week 3. We talked about him before, now 4th and 10.
4th and 10, Daniel Hand is going for it right here. And honestly, I don't blame them. I'm calling a touchdown on this play.
There's a deep throw. He caught it, Josh. It looks like you got it right. 3.5 seconds of the last effort kind of a play.
Exactly. And right there, it was Kyle Edmond who couldn't get that. He jumped at possibly the wrong second. Maybe that, or the fact that some of these wide receivers are just absolute monsters. And look at that, 3.5 seconds, Jimmy. 3.5 seconds more, and we wouldn't be down by 16.
3.5 seconds left here, and Coach McKinnon actually down at the sidelines getting very fired up here.
He's saying that there was a bit of a penalty right there, maybe offensive pass interference.
It looks like there might have been here.
And it looks like they're going to be going for 2 once again, and he's just going to run it.
So he's going to run it. Wait, he might come up short.
No, it looks like he gets... No signal from the referee.
No signal so far. It looks like they're going to come out and try and measure. No, it's no good.
Conversion is no good.
Eagles are still down by 16. Maybe a little glimmer of hope right there. But some of the parents out here are not very happy.
Some of the people very, very upset here tonight. Very upset tonight for some of these fans coming up to the game. 3.5 seconds to go. It is 29-13 your score. A very entertaining game tonight.
And you know what? Props to the Eagles. As I said before, Daniel Hanna has only let them 14 points each in each of their games. Eagles have 13 in the first half, but it's not looking like the Eagles are going to be getting many.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't not have hope. There's still another half of football. There's a lot of time for them to recuperate.
The Eagles are just gassed right now. They're getting outplayed, outstrength. Daniel Hanna has more strength, more players, and just more height, more everything.
And I mean, they definitely have the size advantage here. So I mean, we were seeing them. You're not really going to see much of the kickoff. Our camera guy appears to have maybe left us here. Camera guy maybe has abandoned us here. Wow, we're on our own. Anyways, here we go. It is Daniel Hand, and it looks like that one is out actually. That camera's out. And so here we go. Here's the kickoff getting ready. And so here we go. Kickoff is on the way. No! Looks like we're going to see maybe a flag, maybe a whistle blown. They were just about to kick it. Just about to kick it here, and it's not the way to go.
There's some confusion here. All right, cool. So they can still hear us. It's just that one of the cameras is not working.
Okay, so one of the cameras is out. And there's another whistle on the kickoff. This one will be a flag. Second whistle in a row here.
And the wheel on and the globe on wheels has just made its way out.
False start called against the Tigers.
Yes, it has. And I do believe there is a strip of LEDs on the bottom of it that will glow in different colors. So who knows? We might be in for an interesting show tonight.
And on top of that, something that I also really want is LED strips in my room, because those are very nice. You know, colors, they bright up nice. You know, it gives a real distinctive vibe to your room as some lights in it. That was a bit like
that was a little bit much there.
It looks like there's some water being thrown by the fan section right here. So even in the crowd, we're having
some fun here happening tonight. A little bit of fun here. It's going to be a squib kick going maybe to the 40. Just goes under him. He's going to have to dive for it. Ball still loose. You're kidding. That'll be the half, however.
And at the end of the first half.
So we are out of the first half into the clear here. It is 29-13. We're going to take a brief break from commentary. We're going to leave you here for the halftime show coming up. We'll be back with a halftime report at the end of the halftime show.
And you know what? Something that's very interesting. Connor Gray, number 49 on the Eagles, actually plays on the band and in the football team. So a dual sport athlete, you could say. I don't know if marching band is really a sport.
Well, it's very nice to see everyone in the nice dressy uniforms. Then you see a guy in big shoulder pads and football compression pants coming in and playing maybe the clarinet or the saxophone.
All right, so we're going to take a break. 20-minute halftime. 13-29, Eagles are losing. You know what? They've put up a great fight so far.
It has been a valiant effort. I gotta agree with you there. They've done their best. They've done their hardest. It's been a fantastic night.
And so we're gonna leave you there, and we'll be back sooner rather than later.
Yes.
I'm just taking these off.
Oh my God!
By the way, if I win the 50-50 raffle, I'm going to go crazy, by the way. So just be prepared for that. I should probably go tell, hey, Miss Coco. Oh my goodness, my thing hasn't even...
Are you kidding? So wait, does she want us to keep these on?
Give it to Coco.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
No, we're supposed to give it to Coco.
Oh my God, it hasn't been on the whole time. It hasn't heard me.
Yeah, I know. They're saying to bring it to Coco. Come on.
Very upsetting.
Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the
thank you
Wethersfield
very
High
much.
School cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Wethersfield High School dance team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the final portion of your halftime entertainment, your Pride of Wethersfield Eagles Marching Band. The band is thrilled to be joined tonight on the field and in the stands with members of the SDMS Music Department. Give it up for our SDMS musicians. performing their 2019 show titled Terraform, Mystifying Magical, the Formation of a Planet. They will be performing this show again in their first competition tomorrow night in Rocky Hill. This show features soloists Bryce Cox and Amanda Coelho. Under the direction of drum majors Matt Lipka, Dylan Kalicharan, and Maria Pena.
All the technicals, you got your stuff? Forward, the best of that. Okay, let's ready. We'll be back.
All the technical stuff is next.
So if somebody goes...
Yes.
Without further ado, please welcome to the field the Weathersfield High School Marching Band!
Field High School Marching Band.
I did.
You take that off.
Thank God.
Okay, that's you. 0?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna switch you guys up.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
My name is Jimmie.
Girls Cross.
Huh?
Girls Cross?
Oh, yeah. Forgot your name. What is it? Emily. Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm the guy doing the play-by-play up there with Josh. Just want to say hi. Oh yeah.
He also texted me and Jimmie are doing great. So oh my God, you guys are doing amazing. So obviously we're doing great. Hey, Jimmie. Jimmie. He just got some stats. We did it. Dad, who used to work at ESPN. Oh yeah. He was 26. Yeah, you guys are all doing so great. I don't know. Please text me. I'm the wrong person. That's Don. Okay. And oh no, thank you. Oh, I should bring you guys water. I did 20 and I felt bad and paid for water. So. Oh, why did you get 2? Are you not going to drink it? I probably will. Yeah, drink it. But if you want it, I'll get other ones on the other one. Okay, you're not going to have any audio unless you get your microphone. Oh, okay. It's funny, like even one of the... Just yeah, it's low because
Right? March tuba.
Right?
By March.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Wethersfield Eagles.
And out come the Eagles once again. Josh, I'm just telling the folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm James Clark. Alongside me is Josh Barber tonight, as it should be for the rest of the season here. And what a beautiful game this has been, hasn't it?
this has been an amazing game so far. The Eagles are coming back out. They're hanging in. My dad, who is over at CNN right now, is actually gave me some stats, went on the CIAC website. So the quarterback, QB, number 17, Felix Billings, he's a senior, and he holds the school record with 51 career touchdowns.
Wow, that is going to be something tough to beat for just about anyone in the CIAC. It's a very hard record to break when you have that many career passing touchdowns in just 3 years and now coming into your 4th season.
And another big thing is that Colin McCabe, the running back, had 4 rushing touchdowns last week. So the fact that we've kind of shut him down in a way where he's only gotten 1 this game that's pretty big, I would say.
Yeah, that is a very fine game so far. That's a very fine game so far. It's a very fine game so far, and the Eagles are really playing with the intent that they're going to win. Now, the Eagles did receive to open up the game. It's Daniel Hand who's getting the ball to start the second half. So what kind of an effect on this game is that going to have?
it's going to have a very, very big effect, especially because Daniel Hand scored with only 13.5 seconds left in the first half. So the fact that they now are getting the ball back once again, the Eagles are going to definitely have to come back, or they're going to have a big defensive stop.
Oh man, was that a gamble? Let me tell you folks, if you're just tuning in with us for the second half, that was a massive gamble. Platt took it about the final 13 seconds of the first half. Massive gamble taken, it paid off in dividends, giving them so far a 29-13 lead. A massive lead from what was a 6-0 game at halftime in the Eagles' favor. At the quarter. Looks like the Eagles getting set. Ready to kick it away, so they're going to be on the bench looking to get off. And a fantastic first half, only one interception, something we didn't see, I believe, last week out of this team. Had a few interceptions now so far coming out of halftime with only one. So that defense is getting ready to pull off a massive defensive stop.
Exactly. And we're now under 1 minute until kickoff here for the second half. We're just getting our stuff back to set up again. I lost the 50-50 raffle, unfortunately. Didn't even come close. Very unfortunate, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and this one I lost.
And for those of you that stuck around during the halftime performance, yes, Terraform did live up to the glories of West Side Story in my eyes. Very, very elegant performance. You had the globe with the LED lights. Very nice touch, the globe on wheels. And just some beautiful music. I saw electric guitar, saw bass guitar. Some instruments I can recognize.
You can watch right now. Go on to YouTube. We're telling a fan right now to go onto YouTube, look up BlueEagle News. Look up Blue. No, yes, you are.
On the stream this evening, so we've got some fans, and once again, I always say, this is the best fan base in the state of Connecticut.
Exactly.
CIAC.
Evan Zapala to kick off. He missed a field goal, but at the same time, he is just a very, very good kicker in general. Very well-rounded kicker. He's about to kick this one off. He boots it pretty well. Luckily, this time it didn't go out of bounds. It goes down to about the 15 from the Eagles' own 35. And number 4 sees a hole, and it's looking like he will be taken down by number 22, Kyle Edmonds.
Oh yeah, that is not the way you wanted to start.
Casey Lutzen in return makes his way into Eagle territory.
The last quarter.
First and 10.
I really like to point out the fact down on the sidelines, number 4, Vasilios Zaporis, is warming up. He's a starter for Jake, the second stringer here. He's warming up to come in the game, and I can't wait for Vasilios to make it.
He's with Silver. He's actually warming up with Matt Silver, so it looks like Matt Silver is actually warming up, and he's just having a bit of a toss around with Vasilios.
I did not see Silver on the other end. Might I add, if we talked about Ryan Barassi earlier about having good flow, man, does Silver have it. That's a good pass right down the sidelines. He's got room to run. He's going down the sidelines. He's going to hurdle over a down player. Break another tackle with a flag on the play. And what a play by Daniel Hand. But
flag on the play.
Just like Ryan Barassi, you got Matt Silver with some good flow.
Exactly. The flag is down around the 20-yard line where he hurdled, where the Platt player hurdled right there. So, I mean, not Platt, excuse me, Daniel Hand. They have very similar jerseys, very similar color schemes.
About Platt for some time.
Exactly. So the fact of the matter is he hurdled somebody.
No penalty on the play.
And they're going to take the penalty back. What a surprise here.
No penalty. Well, I didn't really see anything that screamed penalty.
Exactly.
I saw a flag go on there. So maybe he just had like an itchy trigger finger there. Or maybe the coaches are seeing something the refs didn't.
He's like, oh yeah, I got to call this. I got to call this penalty right here.
Another penalty on the play is an illegal block in the back against Daniel Hand.
And that's a personal foul right there. So bring it back to the spot of the first down action. Bring it all the way back.
First down here.
Take it back. Take it back.
So third quarter here in a very interesting game. If you've stuck with us this whole time, a phenomenal game if you've been watching the entire time. And I really can't say anything else. I sound like a broken record saying about how good these performances have been so far in this game.
First First down and 13 for the Tigers.
I just feel like we're saying the same thing over and over again because it's just the same things that we're seeing. Nick Thompson with a missed tackle, and it's looking like this Daniel Hand once again player could have gone for it, except once again, right there, as always, Connor Pace.
And stopped almost in the exact
Tigers
same
make their
spot
way to the
as the play where the
14-yard
personal
line.
foul was drawn.
Exactly.
So that really
First and
undid the
10.
entire penalty, the entire point of having it. So here we go. It looks like they'll be at maybe the 13, 14-yard line.
Connor Pace is all faithful, all reliable. He'll be there for you, and he'll work till the end. Running play right there, and it'll be a touchdown by number
Touchdown.
17,
Daniel Hand.
Felix Billings. And you might have heard our statistic. He has 51 career touchdowns. Make that
52.
52. No, because he had a
That
couple
was
before.
passing, actually. I think
So-
that was a passing stat, so that wouldn't go.
But at the same time, he's already had 2 running touchdowns tonight.
He's a very versatile player is what he is.
Dual threat player, kind of like Matt Silver. They are going to be going for 2. Not really surprised at this point, as that's what they've been doing.
It's been very predictable to see what it is. It's the same formation every time. Last time they stopped them just short. This time, it looks like they'll do it again.
Exactly, and here's the thing, it's the same play every time. So the thing is, there's always a big hole there. So here's what I say, don't focus on the guys on the outside, okay? When they're getting close to snapping the ball, move them in and make sure that they fill the gaps, as
10
they've
minutes and
been
52
so with
seconds to
doing
go in the
that
third
so
quarter.
far.
Well, now 35-13
Daniel
score,
Hand,
and this is the
35.
type of game you'd expect Daniel Hand to be playing at this point.
13.
Weathersfield got the ball for the first time in the second half, and I just want to point out Weathersfield was able to get 6 points on that first 3 drives of the game. First 3 drives of the second half maybe might be the same, but they'll be the first team in a long time to maybe score upwards of 14 points on this very incredible, very talented Daniel Hand team.
Exactly, and we have another statistic here. Daniel Hand is actually ranked 103 in the country. So not quite cracking the top 100, but they are very, very good. Like they're top 150 in the country. Like there are hundreds of thousands of schools in this country.
Oh yeah. I can't imagine where Weathersfield would be at this point. But I mean, coming out and scoring 13 as early as they did, deep booming kick. We'll go back to Johnny Orsini, who will catch it maybe around the 3-yard line. He's going to try and run it out.
He'll get swallowed.
Maybe around the 20.
Oh no, he's down. Oh no. It looks like he got wrapped up around the helmet, maybe even a horse collar.
Oh, Orsini's hurt. This cannot be good. Scott running onto the field here.
It looks like his head was actually hit the turf very hard right there.
This could be a concussion. This could be any number of things.
Everyone on the Eagles sideline taking a knee, or most of the people on the Eagles sideline taking a knee. However,
they're all taking a knee now.
However,
this is
Daniel
a scary
Hand
moment for
Daniel
this
Hand
team.
is not taking a knee.
And I mean, this is a little bit of a bad move on their part to not take the knee in solidarity with them. We're very, very sorry that happened on these cameras here. Orsini will get up, I believe, under his own power. He will walk off under his own power as well. A very lucky escape for Johnny Orsini.
And you can hear some of the guys on the Eagles sideline saying, now it's personal. They've hurt multiple of our senior star players. If we're not going to win this game, you sure as heck know that we're going to fight for it.
Oh, they're going to fight tooth and nail for this game as of right now. Orsini's been hurt. Rivera's been hurt. Twice, actually, Rivera's been hurt. Once in the first, once in the second. You know they're going to scratch and claw, fight tooth and nail to try and at least score one more touchdown, maybe 2. Here's a snap from Silver. He's going to hold on to the ball. Silver's going to run it in for maybe about 1 or 2 yards.
Exactly. And it looks like there could be a holding penalty.
Picks up 3 yards on the play.
So 3
Or
yards.
maybe not.
We're second and 7.
This Eagles
JV football will be playing Daniel Hand.
and this Eagles team right now is getting a bit rowdy right now on the sideline. This whole entire place has just been shushed right there, and it looks like they're trying to get that.
Throw to Zerblis there.
Dylan Zerblis right there, a big guy for the offensive line, who's kind of like a tight end hybrid right there, kind of like the Gronk of this team.
He's got the same number as well, same build. I mean, very similar, but he just couldn't come up with the cast there that they needed. Now 3rd and long 3rd and 7. They're just looking to try and convert a first down on this Anthem team, which really has woken up for the second half.
Exactly. Silver with only one in the backfield right now. It's Johnny Orsini, it looks like, that he's back in the game. Silver will take the snap, blitzing 4 guys. Silver is pressured. He'll get sacked all the way back at his own 10. And Connor Pace is going to have an amazing punt right here. Or maybe, as some of the fans have said down here right next to us before, maybe even bring out a fake punt. So,
I mean, it would be a very illogical move.
It would be. It would be
inside the 10-yard line. Actually, right now I believe at the 11 or 12.
Exactly.
Just
but hey,
outside of their own 10.
But here's the thing.
So logical they won't see it coming.
Exactly. It's so logical they won't see it coming. But Connor Pace is 5 yards into his end zone, and the end zone is 10 yards, so he's halfway into his own end zone right here. And he's just got to boot this. We actually saw some of the Daniel Hand punters punting it from halfway inside of their end zone, all the way like 60-yarders.
This is going to have to be a phenomenal punt. It's a high snap.
Bad snap.
It's going to be a bad punt as well to boot with it. Going to be caught at maybe the 37-yard line, and he's got some room down the sideline. He might take this one back all the way. He'll be brought down maybe inside the 10-yard line.
He'll be brought down. He'll be brought down at the Daniel Hand. We keep making this mistake. We got to learn.
Going to return inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Exactly.
Not our finest hour.
Exactly. 1st and goal at the 8, and it's just looking like this is what me and Jimmie were talking about before we even started this broadcast. It's going to be it could possibly be a slaughter tonight, and that's kind of what it's becoming.
What I'm really loving about this game is that none of the Eagles fans have really began to file out in a mass order. They're sticking with this team until the end. And that's what I love about the fan base. It's not a bunch of fair weather fans. They're going to stick with this team through thick and thin, you know?
Exactly.
One play will probably gain 2 yards there.
And Splash Productions was here. If you don't know who he is a very big time edit person for the CIAC. Basically has CIAC press pass to basically everything. And so I'm going to make a suggestion to him, say, hey, come to the Wethersfield Newington game. Possibly one of the biggest rivalry games in the state of Connecticut. It always gets rowdy, and now it's at the home turf of the Eagles.
Well,
so it's in the Eagles' nest this year.
Whenever anyone mentions Central Connecticut football rivalries, Wethersfield Newington comes up like Harvard and Yale, Boston and New York. It comes up like that, like a snap of the fingers. Handoff play down the middle. It's going to be 25, who's again stopped short.
At about the 3-yard line, it's looking like.
Oh, yeah, they are well inside the 10-yard line at this point.
And he ran over one of the players right now. So here's what I'm thinking. Will Coach Matt McKinnon put in some of his guys that don't really start as like, hey, let's get them some playing time against the best team in the state to see how they do.
It's going to be another handoff.
And he'll dive in.
Through it and make it to the end zone. Another touchdown. And this play's getting quieter and quieter with each
touchdown, Daniel Hand.
At this point, the Daniel Hand side of the field, which is all the way on the other side. Excuse me, another voice crack. Something is wrong with me tonight. Just a lot of things are happening. So,
who knows? It looks like we're going to see them toss up some Gatorade. Riley coming up with the hands here.
From one of the band members, David. Hello, David. How are you?
And David, a member of the band, a member of the sophomore class, just like the rest of us. And David and Riley coming up with the hands here to start tossing some Gatorade. Extra point goes through like a knife through some butter.
Exactly. And it is now 41-13.
And again,
42-13.
And now this looking a lot more like a Daniel Hand football game where they're scoring upwards of 40 points like the rest of the last 2 seasons.
Wethersfield 13.
I'm surprised Wethersfield got 13 in the manner that they did earlier on in the game where they were really scoring one after another.
But here's the thing, it can't be like that the whole entire season. Both of those touchdowns both of them were pretty long passes, and both of them were amazing catches by Connor Pace.
They can't rely on pace all the time, and they can't take gambles every drive, every game. It really just can't go that way.
Exactly, they're going to have some people step up.
Here we go. Seriously set to try and boot this one down into the end zone. 7:48 to go, 42-13 your score. Here's the kick from about the 40-yard line. That's going to be deep booted, maybe about to the 2-yard line.
That was an exactly.
He's got some room to run. He'll take it back to the 31-yard line, and a very good kicker return.
And it looked like he was very mad after that last time when he got it. He absolutely got booted right there. And here's the thing.
31-yard return
Yeah, it's looking like a Daniel Hand
number
right
21,
But
Johnny
as you said,
Orsini.
the atmosphere here is amazing. People are still like, yeah, we can come back, guys. This is still our game to
I
win.
mean, everyone, whenever you think of great comebacks, it comes back of Red Sox, Yankees 04, down 3 games or down 2 games, came back, won that series. I believe it was 3 games. It was 3-0, and now you've gotten 28-3 from New England.
Exactly. And then on top,
7:42 to go in this third quarter.
and on top of that, the 3-1 Cavs come back, as everyone talks about with the Warriors. There was a
Silver taking it. He's going to hold it deep. He's going to get to the 40, maybe the 41, 42, 43.
and that's a first down. First down by Matt. What a great carry right there by Matt Silver.
Picks up an Eagle first
So
down.
Silver will continue to carry this football along, and Silver, again, a quarterback who likes to carry the football. He likes to hold on and run it downfield.
Dual threat QB.
We saw it a lot last week versus Platt, where he was able to hold on to it and run even the distance in the field. We saw that a few times. We saw Pace do that a few times. It's really a matter of the speed of these players on the Wethersfield team. They've got speed and they've got agility and they've got a big arm back there.
Exactly.
Silver trying to hold on to the ball again. He gets dropped maybe for a loss of 1, loss of 2.
Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Allergies out here are really bad. Anyway, so yeah, the Eagles, they just have all this fight left in them. They're just going to try to keep going, keep pushing, and try to win this game.
Crowd's still big. So here we go, getting set. 2nd and 10 once again. And a snap. Silver holds on to it, pressured. He makes a short throw. It's going to be caught by number 2.
Rory Stickley. Yes, Rory Stickley. He had a very scary
Silver
incident
connects with
last year.
number 2, Rory
right there.
Stickley.
I was a water boy for that game, actually. He got clocked in the head by one of the
Pickup of 6 yards on the play.
While he was in the air, he did kind of a
3rd down.
helicopter spin, landed on his head. Very scary. We had to end the game after that. That's how bad it was. They had to have the ambulance come onto the field. It's nice to see him back out here playing, and playing varsity especially.
Oh yeah, it's a big step up here. It looks like one in the backfield for Silver. That looks like Orsini alongside him. Orsini and Silver really seem to be the go-to guys for this team. That and Pace being the 3rd man. Looks like brought down by the shoulder. He will lose some yardage there and take it back to the 45.
And if I'm seeing this correctly right now, there's some Wethersfield players that are actually getting in each other's faces right here. As I just saw 2 players yelling at each other, having to be broken up by another one of the players on that team. So it shows you how even tempers, they are like a family. How tempers flare within the family, but at the same time, they'll always be brothers.
Well, the last thing you want in a game is these players to start fighting each other, especially on the field, especially when times get tough. You know, a great movie, when the going gets tough, stuff gets going. I believe that was Animal House. Someone quoted that, but it works for just about any sport. I've seen it all the time, and it really fits in here.
Exactly, and on top of that, the one time that really you shouldn't be fighting at all
line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
But if there is a time where you could be, it's against Newington. Big rivalry game.
And so everybody, a lot of people, including myself, really hanging on and waiting for that game against Newington, especially being right here in Wethersfield. So if you're planning on coming to that game, tip number 1, get here early. Tip number 2, bring hand warmers, bring something. It's always very cold.
Exactly, because it's the Thanksgiving game, so I think around Thanksgiving it's very cold.
Big Thanksgiving game there. It looks like Platt getting set. 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Scoreboard with a little error there. 1 in motion, that's number 3. Here's the fake handoff. It'll be a side pass, a pass we've seen before. Pace trying to get him, won't quite. Here's a 2nd one trying to tackle him. It takes 3 guys, in fact, to bring him down.
And the Eagles just got to stop with these missed tackles right here. He gets out to midfield. Coach McKinnon on the sideline right now, absolutely going ballistic. But at the same time, as you said, it's a win-win. People chose the Eagles to get blown out. So if they get blown out, yeah, no one's really going to give them any bad things about it. But if they come close to winning, they're going to get praised. Right now, it's looking like the first option where they're getting a bit blown out here.
Just looks a little bit that way here. Now we've got Emmett being walked off the field by the trainer and one of the coaches. He's limping off the field.
You know, something that's happening that I've been noticing. If you drink a bit too much water, you know, some cramps could be happening here. So that could be a big factor right now. That could be happening.
It's really not what and looking to try and now getting set. Line. Big play from Daniel Hand there.
Phillies keeps the ball, picks up a first down for the Tigers.
And with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter, Hand is really taking it. They're really taking it to Wethersfield tonight. It just seems like that kind of night where it's just not going their way.
Exactly, and it looks like someone drank a Monster Energy drink as
this quarter really going by quickly. Here's a snap, it'll be handed off to number 4. 4 will run it, and he will be brought down big time. That will be number 3 in Zach Zerzola, coming up with a massive tackle. He really slammed him.
Yes, he did. Zach Zerzola, definitely somebody to watch out for there.
Number 3, Zach Zerzola.
You know, he was a starter last year. He's just a great player all around for this team. So after this year, he'll be, and for next year, he'll possibly be a 3-year starter for this team.
I would love to see that here. And Pace setting up. He's really the deepest coverage that the Eagles have right now. Snap at number 17. It's going to be a side pass just over his head. Incompletion to force third down.
And now here's the thing. When you think about it, I'm looking way towards into the future right now. States. What happens if the Eagles get to states, right? What happens if they run into this team again? Do you think they'll be better prepared, or do you think the same outcome's going to happen?
I would love to say the Eagles would be better prepared because they will have that past experience where they played this team, they knew how to get to them in the first 2 quarters, they knew what to expect, but I also think Daniel Hand would be even better prepared because they know not to underestimate this Wethersfield team and allow them the time to get those first 2 touchdowns. Looks like getting set. 2 in the backfield. Snaps the ball. It's a fake handoff. Play action pass. Number 25. Who's got room? He will be brought down. However, again, that looks like number
Phillies connects with number 25.
Now here's the thing. It looked like there could have been a penalty on that play. It looked like there was a bit of a horse collar right there. Rory's a bit lucky that he got away with that.
Brings up first and goal for the Tigers.
I mean, the refs, sometimes they do choose to look the other way, and especially in a situation where it's like this, 42-13, what's really the point of calling a penalty on these guys at this point? Getting set again, 2 in the backfield, snaps the ball. It's going to be a handoff to number 21. He will get into the end zone and another Hand Tigers touchdown. Not at all what they wanted here this evening.
Still a full crowd. That's so.
Likely make it a 48.
Touchdown, Daniel Hand.
Our cameraman Riley right now has just reminded us it's still a full crowd, so the crowd is still here. And now I'm just hoping that Splash Productions could make a good edit out of this absolute demolishing play. And it's looking like they're not going to go for 2 this one, or maybe they are.
The extra point here. We saw it do it on the last touchdown, and maybe they're thinking they don't want to exert too much extra effort on trying to go for 2 every time. That one's going to go through the upright.
The extra point.
And you can see it goes all the way back, and like it goes into the darkest part of the field.
I think one of the football managers is going out to look for it. I'd bring a flashlight because there is no way you're finding that thing pitch black after you go into the infield or softball field back there. It's a very stark contrast between watching this game in the daytime. We can see everything, and then the lights come on and you can't see past the softball field. You can't really see past the warning track, really.
Exactly. This is a part. All this is part of a little, a sort of new sports complex that athletic director Mr. Mike Maltesi put in. We have the softball field connected to the football field, which is then with the baseball field right there.
And also a mini football field put out onto the softball field between the seasons.
And on top of that, the track down there, but that's been there forever.
The Chico field and the track they have there. Now stepping up to kick will be number 3 for Daniel Henry. Kicking it away. 1:44 to go in the quarter. That one will fall into the end zone for touchback. Not quite what they were looking for.
And it's looking like the manager's getting a workout again as she's got to go all the way back there now. Oh, maybe not, as one of the freshmen.
Players. No, he's turning back and the manager's going to go grab it.
Wow, she must be thinking to herself right now, wow, look at this kid. Well, honestly, when I was a freshman last year and I played football, we had to be the water boys and like the ball boys and stuff like that. It's fun. You get to be on the sideline with the players and some of the guys that you look up to. At the same time, you're kind of like the interns that have to run around and get everything for everybody.
So here we go with Silver getting set. Silver just trying to leave this team out of this hole here. Get him back here. 57 seconds to go at the handoff to
Exactly right, Jimmie. I don't even think that he got back to the line of scrimmage. It's looking like it's going to be 2nd and 11 here. It's already 9 o'clock. Jimmie, you've been here for now 14 hours now.
Been here since 7 a.m. and oh man, am I ready to go home tonight. I am going to sleep like an angel.
Hey, and what are you doing tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, it's JV football. Don't forget to come down to Cottone Field. I'll be PA announcer for that.
Exactly.
One in motion here. It's going to be Silver who's getting set to snap it away. Or it's getting set to snap it. I'm losing control of saying English here. I've been here too long. Play to Orsini, and again he's followed up on.
Oh no, that's not Orsini. That's good. That's Gus Reyes Alvarez, and he's limping right now. Oh no. Oh no, this one does not look good. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter, folks. Score is 49-13 in favor of the Daniel Hand Tigers. And it's looking like that some of the crowd is starting to leave as the hill has cleared up, and even most of the student section is now gone also. So, and this one does not look good. So from what it looked like for me, it kind of looked like it looks like it was a face mask, but when he came down, it was kind of exactly.
Hoping that he comes out all right.
It looked like he kind of came down wrong on his leg, so you're hoping that he's okay. The people at the ambulance over there, including Jimmie's mom is a hero.
That is number 34, Gus Reyes Alvarez, who appears to be down. He's getting checked out by Scott down there and a few of the coaches. And it looks like they're looking down at that left leg. Left leg appears to be the problem here.
If he can't get up, they might look, the stretcher is ready. It's down there. They might have to bring it over very soon.
Always ready in that same spot for every game. They hope they don't have to bring it out onto the field every night. But,
he's trying to get up right here. Oh, he.
Get up under his own power.
Oh no.
On that left leg, and not something you want to see.
Jimmie, right now it's looking like you can't even put pressure on it. They're going to try to get him over to the benches right here. They're going to have to try to clear some way for him.
Yeah, and Gus Reyes Alvarez here is, Gus Reyes Alvarez just not really seeming like he's going to be ready for JV football on the next day. It's Gus Reyes Alvarez.
Gus?
Yeah.
No!
Okay. Hey,
it looks like we have a little bit of a drama queen over here standing with us.
Third down and
Miss
13.
Audra Sullivan from BlueEagle News.
If you've been wondering who's asking all of the questions about the players, it's been her this whole time. Plot twist. Anyway, the Eagles getting set from offense here, 3rd and 11. Sorry you had to hear that. That was not part of the game plan. Certainly not a part of the game plan. There's a snap, throw by Silver, and just overthrows Zerblis.
Pass is incomplete. 4th down.
That will be Dylan Zerblis just over his head a little bit. Got a hand on it, tipped it out, but just couldn't come down with it.
Exactly. 4th down. Connor Pace is out there to punt, and here comes the defense. This has been what it's like for the past. Well, this is what it's been like for the past quarter.
Past half has been 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and that just seems to be the tail of the tape for the second half. Thought they were going to come out and score 6 in the third quarter. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and I think this may or may not be your final score for Wethersfield. Sitting at 13 points. Gave a lot of hope for them to be the first in a while to score more than 14 points.
And it looks like number 55, Crispin Chero, was going to go out there for a second, but there's going to be now a timeout by the Eagles, it looks like.
Timeout called here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wait, maybe not. Hang on. It is a timeout. They just had to get him situated.
Yeah,
so Crispin Chero actually ran out there a bit late. Probably because...
And I think that was to avoid the delay of game penalty that would have been coming up very soon.
And do you want to know who's not in there right now? Evan Sapala. So, and Gus Alvarez, obviously, because, you know, he's pretty banged up right now. Both of them are pretty banged up. But that's 2 guys that you're losing right there.
And I mean, Gus Reyes Alvarez is a prominent player on the JV football team. Very prominent guy, starting running back for them. And with that happening in his left leg, you gotta wonder what it's going to be like for him for the rest of the night.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a great night for him. You know, he's going to go home. He's going to see his mom, his dad. He's like, hey, Ma, hey, Dad. Well, that's what they're not. I mean, Mom, Dad, I got hurt playing football, but you know what?
But goes out of bounds at the Eagle 32-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
That's what it's like with this Wethersfield football team. These guys are like,
gladiators.
Exactly.
They're putting it all on the table here tonight.
And on top of that, they're doing it for each other. So that's something that you love to see.
Oh yeah, and you love to see the camaraderie and the pageantry of football here, especially in the high school level. 12 by number 17 goes to number 9, who will be brought down for a first down.
And by Connor Pace once again. He's just everywhere tonight. And here's the thing, he can't be doing everything.
Picks up a first down for the Tigers.
You can't depend on one player all of the time. And that's why super teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers of time past and the LA Lakers trying to depend on LeBron James, it just doesn't really pan out majority of the time because you can't rely on one guy to get everything done. And that's what they're trying to do with Pace. A big stop there by the Eagles defense.
Exactly, and as you were saying,
carrier for the Tigers. Pick up a 4 yards on the play. Second.
It looks like we might be having some technical difficulties. Our person down there, Emmett, can you hear me?
What's up?
He can hear us.
Josh can definitely hear you, and you probably didn't need to do that.
I'm very sorry. You know, there's some confusion down here, but you know what?
No, you're not sorry. The camera one is going to be first down.
Jesse Lutz, the ball carrier.
It looked like he got absolutely rocked right there by number 30 Marcus Nieves, who is another junior,
first and goal,
who was a sophomore last year that is playing on varsity. So this junior class right now is playing amazing. Class of 2021 is there's some pretty great football players.
I know Emmett does. Team here because there's a lot of juniors.
Touchdown, Daniel Hand.
And unfortunately.
And we were talking about this before. Cruel and unusual punishment right now. There's still 8 minutes to go here, so.
Still 8:20.
Oh wait, are they just having the clock run at this point?
The fan section has thinned out. Not really a lot of people have gone, really.
And it's looking like the clock really shouldn't be running right now, but the clock is running. I think that they're just gonna try to run the clock down.
Try and get as many people home as they can. I believe right now, current time is 9:08. So not the time you would want to have your children in bed at this point. The extra point goes through, and another Wethersfield player might be hurt here.
And another thing that's really crazy right now, that ball just hit the fence. The fence is behind the hill. The hill is super big, and it's right next to the concession stand, so that's huge. And there's another person hurt. It's number 3, Zach Cerzola. He's telling people to get out there to help him.
Hopping off. He cannot put pressure on, again, the left leg. He cannot even put pressure on him. He's hopping off the field. And you've got to be kidding me. They have injured several people throughout the entire game. I don't know if you could say that this is the cleanest game that Panda's ever played. Yeah, I mean, I get it. When you have like a stronger team, you're gonna hurt a few people along the way, but this has got to be too many.
Yeah, exactly. And Scott's looking at Zach right now. Zach's looking like he's pretty good right now. He's looking like he's going to keep going.
He made it cramped up.
Exactly, and Gus right now, he's just still there. He's just staying there.
We've got 1, 2, and 3 on the bench waiting.
Exactly.
I don't know if Jacob Rivera even came out of the locker room and got onto the field. We haven't seen any of him in this half. So we're hoping Rivera is okay to continue play for next week, where they're going to be on the road at Farmington.
Exactly, and here's something right now. It's looking like number 77, Tyler Burgos, who is in our grade, looking like he might be going in right now as he's getting talked up by one of the older guys who's trying to, you know, get him ready. So we could be seeing some players coming in. That is 56-13 with 6:22 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Continues to run here, and I think they're trying to get as many people home as they can, so we're not here until maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I think 9:30 for a football game is a given at this point, but 10 o'clock would be just a little bit too late here. They're going to try and hurry this one up there. Really, I don't see the point in why you would even stop the clock. I mean, as optimistic as I have to be, there's really no real hope of a massive comeback to take the game back down 56-13. You can't really lose hope, but this is one of those times that you just kind of got to accept it.
I need you to go down with me after so I can get something with McKinnon.
Like record?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Because I'm trying to get something with McKinnon, okay?
Okay.
Not exactly what Hand really had wanted to see here. First half was a big challenge for Hand, but Hand came out and got 20 points back in that second quarter.
Exactly, and stay tuned for after the game when I go down there to have a quick chat, maybe about a minute chat with, ask some questions to head coach Matt McKinnon there.
I will not be here for that one. I got a busy day tomorrow. So
and also, Jimmie, I would say you definitely would love to go home right now as a...
Oh man, here since 7 a.m. is my favorite thing in the world.
And Jimmie, isn't it like that every single Friday?
After the past 2 Fridays in a row, here since 7 a.m.
And that ball is given right to number...
Warren Smith, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's TJ Smith.
TJ
Smith is in there right now because
TJ
think
Smith,
about
the
it.
prominent running back for
Think
the,
about it. They lost.
JV team.
They lost Orsini. They lost
Orsini, they
Alvarez.
lost Alvarez.
So who's coming in?
TJ Smith.
Exactly.
If you've seen the JV games, TJ Smith has amazing footwork. It's incredible to see him run the ball. He can stand still. He could probably read the Canterbury Tales by Chaucer and still manage a 5-yard gain.
Exactly. And for me, I have been on his team for the past 2 years. Obviously, I took this year off because I'm doing this. But just to watch him play up close is it's definitely a treat. This guy is definitely amazing. He's amazing. He is amazing.
He just oozes talent. Silvers throws a pass that is deflected by the defensive lineman there.
Incomplete. 4th down.
And here comes and here they go, the pride of Wethersfield, the Wethersfield Marching Band. Hopefully. Never mind.
They're really the loyalists. Just like us, they have to be here.
Exactly. And it's looking like they're having some trouble getting some stuff going right now.
Can you hear them? Can you hear them?
I can't believe I think that happened. So looks like one has gone out. Here's the snap. It'll be a punt. It'll go down the field. Right around the 43-yard line. Not at all what
All right, so Jimmie, you're taking it over, buddy.
All right,
Mine
so
went out.
Josh and Mike has gone out. I'm the only one left standing. As the kids would say, I've won the Battle Royale. I had to make a terrible joke, or else it'll seem like we're out of touch with the youth.
Exactly.
With Josh out of the mic, I'm the only one left here. And the cheerleaders, at least, with some spirit here. Getting set.
Testing. Testing. Oh, I'm just completely out. Okay.
Camera said. There's nothing we can do about it. When Kogo's not here, we don't have extra feathers. So just have Jimmie take over, I guess.
Pick up of 3 yards on the play, second down.
I could just go at this point, right? You can hear me? Okay, they can hear me. You can't hear Jimmie, but you can hear me.
My mic might have gone out here.
You can hear me.
So Josh is now taking over here.
It's okay, there's only 2 minutes left. We got this. All right, here we go. So,
Maybe there's something.
There's a minute left, just...
Working on something.
So for this last minute 45, I'm going to be taking this one over.
Brian, the ball carrier.
And there's another bit of a whistle right there. It looks like it's going to be...
My mic to get back to working.
I can't hear you.
No, they're telling me to go.
Oh, okay.
Looks like...
Can you hear me?
Wow.
Okay.
All right, it looks like we're gonna have to share a mic, so we're gonna have to get very close. And so here we go. Final minute 13 of play. And it is Wethersfield who is trying to push forward here. Snaps the ball.
And you know what?
Make sure my mic hasn't gone out.
You gotta make it, you know what, Jimmie? You gotta make it work somehow, am I right?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna try and see if I can shut off my mic and turn it back on and see if this will work.
Oh no, the camera is dead, Jimmie. The camera's dead.
Camera is
So the
dead.
camera's dead, so we can't really do anything about it. We don't have any spare batteries. Chains are still moving. There's 50 seconds left. This game is over. And another person is hobbling off for Wethersfield, number 87, Dylan Zerbelis. And oh my goodness, the amount of reserves that are gonna have to come in next game.
And I mean, you really can't say that this has been a clean game. I mean, you can injure a certain amount of people and still call it a clean game. When you've injured as many as Daniel Hand has, you really can't say they played clean out there. Here's the snap. It'll be ran by the quarterback. He'll be dropped right about at the 40.
Exactly. And once again, make sure to stay after to listen to my interview with Coach McKinnon. And they're calling the game. Let's go.
Daniel Hand,
Let's go. I'm going down.
Wethersfield.
And so
13.
signing off for me, I'm James Clark. I will hopefully see you in the future. Tune into Castbox to hear the radio games. And then keep it with Josh Barbara for a interview with, I believe, Coach McKinnon. So I thank you for tuning in. If you want to tune off, go ahead. But I wouldn't. Personally, I would stick with Josh and listen to the interview. I will see you all next week, or not next week, sorry. I will see you all until November 1st when they play Middletown.
Exactly. Thank you to Jimmie, and thank you to Mr. Mike Maltesi for everything. I'm going to go down there right now with our cameraman, Riley. Riley, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, we're going.
Jimmie, I need your
What? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I know where you are.